perfect match. Chosen by science, but you had to marry them right this second. You would tell me, well, that sounds pretty whack. And I would add, you have 8 weeks to know if you really love them. You just got married at first sight. Jason and Aysha gonna tell you wrong from right. Are all these couples just disasters waiting to happen? Imagine if one of them could be a perfect match.
Hello and welcome to A Perfect Match. I'm Aysha and we are here to talk about Married at First Sight Season 20, episodes 16 through 18. Believe it or not, we are already a week. We're a week before the end. We're at the penultimate episodes before the conclusion of Season 20. I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-host who's been with me through it all, Jason Reed. Jason, how are you?
Doing great. Yeah, it's a pretty significant moment in this new era. Married at First Sight, fully on Peacock, fully different, fully getting used to this. Just how are you feeling about being near the end of this?
You know, decision day is next week. We're going to get a lot of decisions. We're going to get a lot of people talking about, their journey thus far and where they see themselves from here on out. So,
Right. But okay. I don't know if you heard me. I said, how are you feeling about it? Can you try and use a feeling word to describe it?
Okay, I feel excited. I feel emotional. I feel, over the moon because we've really gotten to know these couples so well. We've really gotten to
Okay. All right. We didn't need a whole speech. I know it's gonna be a whole thing. I just thought maybe you say a couple words and then we could wrap it up, but we need a whole thing about it. Okay, we're good. I'm good. I get it.
You.
I get the gist. Okay, of what you're feeling. I get it. I understand.
I can't with you. What you asked me to talk, then you cut me off. What? And then it's just this whole thing.
Aysha, I talk to all my friends like this. So you should not be upset.
I'm not one of your little friends, okay?
Listen, you took the words out of my mouth. I was like, I want to tell some of these men what my mother told me at one point in time. I am not one of your little friends, okay?
I thought you were gonna tell me don't scream at you.
You do not talk to me like you talk to your little friends. That's not what we do. We gotta tell a few people this, okay? On this season, boy, we've really had some memorable retreats in the past.
Yeah.
I think of season 10 where we had a cast member almost fight production, physical fight production. We had season 18 where a cheating scandal got revealed. We had what season is that?
13.
13 with Hurricane Michaela came through and blew the house down. A lot of things.
That clip was going viral recently. Really? Of Bao standing peeking outside of her door, looking at Zach and Michaela, and Zach leaving, and it was going around on TikTok. They're like, if you're watching Married at First Sight, don't forget about this season.
You don't even listen. Y'all don't even know. If you're new to Married at First Sight, you just don't know. You think this is. We got stuff in the vault for you to go check out, and for you to go to see about the mess and the nonsense that has happened on this show. The season ain't new, okay? Yeah, crazy things are happening, but we've had definitely some crazier things happen in our past. But yeah, so this was definitely up there for sure.
It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Before we get too far, make sure you go subscribe to the We Know Dating Show's YouTube channel so you can get all of our video podcasts. And then also make sure you subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed where you can get all of our audio podcasts. And there you can find The Ultimatum, Queer Love, not the most recent Ultimatum, season 4. Lots been going on. Yeah. You can also find Love is Blind, plenty of Love is Blind coverage. We've been covering that on this network since season 2. Mary Kukowski and I, and then Jason joined in. So tons of love show coverage on the Love at First Sight feed. And yeah, we also have a Facebook page. If you go, a Facebook group, if you go look up A Perfect Match podcast on Facebook, You can join the fun. We're always talking about each batch of episodes, and there's plenty of activity in the off season of people like providing updates about things going on, and just a great place to chat with people about this show. You just need a password to join. Jason, what do you want the password to be this week?
How about it's a little bit of a long one. How about stupid games win stupid prizes?
What does that have to do with these episodes?
Yeah.
All right. Stupid games win stupid prizes. So come join the fun, agree to the group rules, and we have a great time in there. We also have a Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/a-perfect-match-podcast. Is where we're doing bonus content for this season. We also have covered old seasons. Last week, for last batch of episodes, for episodes 13 through 15, we even went live in our Patreon on YouTube. And we had a great time chatting with our patrons, and they were dropping comments, and that's there. The replay is there in the Patreon to go view. It was a lot of fun.
It was. It's great to know that we have a community that will keep us entertained, keep us busy on an episode that has enough commentary, enough, and listen, some of them were throwing haymakers in that Patreon chat. It was a lot of fun to react and to talk to all of our listeners and watchers live. It was a good time.
Exactly. Also, now that that's out the way, there were two major things that I want to talk about up front that we know heading into decision day next week.
I'm enthralled.
Well, so number one, there's been chatter. We didn't know what was going to happen with the reunion. Oh. Kevin Frazier is out. He is not hosting the reunion. There was an article released that the two experts, Paul and Lisa, will be facilitating the reunion.
Why did you remind me of that?
You're like, oh, what is it?
Yeah, I actually already talked about this on Tane Talks from last week, because that was when the news broke when I was doing that episode 15, I guess.
Yeah, because on episode 14, I was talking about, hey,
what if
Kevin Frazier might not be there? And she was like, don't say that.
You spoke it into existence, Aysha. How dare, it's your fault.
It's my fault. Yeah.
I think I guess looking back in hindsight, we should have, I guess, figured this, because they're cutting everything else from the old MAFS. Why not this? And I'll ask, why not this? Because Kevin is Kevin. Kevin is family. Kevin has been here since season 1 as the reunion host. Okay.
Yeah.
He's as integral to this as Dr.
Whole
Pepper
new
was,
world.
right?
Yeah.
So for them to do this and to cut Kevin is like cutting family. And listen, I'm thoroughly enjoying the new era of MAFS, but I feel like it's kind of if they had any idea of the pulse of the viewers of the show, I think they would have kept Kevin on, right? Because Kevin, I feel like in the MAFS community, there's nothing but positive thoughts about Kevin and his hosting abilities. I haven't seen many people say that Kevin does a bad job at the reunions. I think across the board, we all say Kevin's a great host.
Yeah. I mean, but we did see there's a clip going around of Pastor Cal announcing what actually happened, that basically it was just clean house. Start fresh, and that's where we are now.
Well, and I think having the experts do it is also a misstep, because we know
somebody coming in to ask the expert stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need to be hosting it.
Forget holding the participants accountable. We want someone to hold you accountable, experts.
Yeah,
and you ain't gonna hold yourself accountable. We know that, and we also know, the experts have some favorites. Okay, we know that Dr. Lisa loves her some Devin. Okay,
yeah.
We know Paul hates Adam.
Courtney.
yeah. We know Paul hates Adam. Paul hates Felipe.
Mecca. The list goes on and on.
So we know these things. So it's like, I hope something changes. At least we know these experts are able to hold the participants to account.
They know their relationships at the very least. I will say this is a better pick than some random host who maybe didn't watch the full season, or maybe watched clips and then just walked into that. I'm glad they didn't go that route, So I'm at least glad that it's a set of people that are familiar with the people they're going to be talking to, the very least. The second thing that I want to talk about is decision day is different. Decision day is only the couples. Decision day entails the couples just going to a field and telling each other their decisions. No, in the past, there have been a formal sit down. You dress up really nice. The experts kind of facilitate the conversation, and then you find out the ultimate decision. Champagne popping, all that. But they decided to go the way of the international version and have have it as if it was just like a personal conversation between the couples.
Yeah, the previews hinted at this for the season previews. It looked like a familiar scene with those people standing for like, oh, okay, they're going the international route again with this, with even this. So yeah, it takes, for me, I think it will take something out of it, because I do feel like having the experts there to like break down some things and talk about things was interesting, was a good part of it. Now I know we've commented in previous seasons of like, well, your relationship was terrible and these terrible things happened, and now for your decision. Like,
right.
Weird transitions and
say
going
yes,
into
right?
decisions. Yeah. And so yeah, this kind of takes something out of it for me, I think, probably. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So those are two big changes heading into like this set of episodes and next week.
You want to talk about the big change for us for next week? Whereas in next week, we're going to be live in the same room doing the podcast. We're not going to be live like
live.
We'll
be
live
recording in front of a group of people. We will be in Milwaukee.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully some people are there.
Yeah. No, it's us and Thundercats.
Yeah, that'd be it.
And if that's the case, we would love it. So if you're going to Milwaukee, you will have the opportunity to watch Married at First Sight with us. We'll watch the finale and the reunion, and then we'll record our finale/reunion recap.
And you said going to Milwaukee. RahapCon is happening in Milwaukee.
Oh yes.
Like Milwaukee, where Milwaukee? I'll meet you where. Just tell me where. I'll go there. It's Rob has a podcast con. For those that have no idea what RHAP is, have no idea who Rob Saturnino is. That's who we podcast for, the Rob Has Podcast Network. They are throwing a kind of a convention for all the Rob Has a Podcast stuff. We'll be there taping the podcast. Me and Aysha in the same place taping a podcast. It'll be the first time that's ever happened. So it'll be interesting.
I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know how to podcast with this guy in person. We saw how recording a video in person went.
You'll never
like Jason.
You will never let me live that down.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, just start recording. We'll say whatever.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never actually even podcasted in front of people. Like, I'm always down here in my basement by myself. Will it be different? Like, I know this is going out to thousands of people right now. Like, I'm aware of that, but I'm not looking at them, right? Like, I'm not in front of them. So who knows?
Seeing their reaction, no laughs.
I might have to like turn my chair so I'm like facing the walls to
or face me.
I might not be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, I have no idea.
You're like, I'm not used to seeing your legs while I podcast.
I might get stage fright. I don't know.
Right. Oh gosh. So all that to say, next week's podcast may be a little bit different.
I mean, let me go to my hotel room and I'll StreamYard in from my hotel room. Right. I can't do this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So next week will be interesting. So stay tuned for that. But we have so much to discuss today. We're going to do things a little bit differently, as if we haven't presented enough change for you. We typically go couple by couple, but since these batch of episodes were the majority, the retreat, we're going to do like we've done in seasons past, where we're going to go chronologically through the episodes, since there's so much crossover with all of these couples and so much crossover.
So much more. Like, boys and girls are commingling, and that leads to some issues. We don't get the sexes mixing a lot. So it's like, what is this new world I've been thrust into?
I know.
So yeah, I'm gonna start it, and then I'm gonna throw it to Aysha at halftime. For those that have been with us before in these chronological episodes, I think we've worked out what halftime is. Let's hope. Let's cross our fingers.
We'll see.
That
we
both
won't know
what
until we get
halftime
there.
is. We did talk about a pre-show, but who knows if that's going to carry over into the actual show. All right. So anyway, last we left off, our intrepid heroes. Cameron threw down the gauntlet. He said, "That half a table should not be married. This half a table that I'm at should stay married." And apparently after that, everybody was just like, all right, time to leave. Because the first things we get are everybody in their cars leaving the dinner of like, okay, I guess no one had any rebuttal.
There was no fallout. They said, no, y'all should not be together. And then everybody got up.
That was the last moment before dinner dispersed, apparently.
Yeah.
Because we get Adam and Marissa in their car. He's fired up. He's like, I'm ready to take this energy into the couples retreat, bro. Vibes are not chill right now. We get Sean saying he was intending to poke the bear with his Adam comments because Adam presents as a character, so I wanted to see what would happen if I just if challenged him a little bit. Okay, so then we get Tori and Felipe home from dinner. Tori and Felipe have had another tough dinner, had another tough one. He's like, boy, my BFFs, they really got into me. I guess he's talking about Adam and Cameron, I guess, or his BFFs.
Yes. Well, no, I think Adam and Devin.
Okay. I mean, okay, maybe, sure. He's like, I see why they might not feel that confident in me, but I thought me and you were going to be like more of a unit, like in the dinner. Like, he's like, did you think I needed punishment? And she's just like, again, she's like, what? She says, this is how you have decided to voice things about me and our relationship. You constantly blindside me. I stuck up for you the other night when you blindsided me with some bullshit. So this time I wasn't going to do it. She said, you can only be considerate without being considered for so long. I was like, snaps.
Right.
She says, I'm going to let you figure yourself out. Like, I'm done coming to your rescue. I'm done sticking up for you. You need to figure it out.
And if I were her, I would have been like, I'm going to do just what I did in that confessional before we got in the car and say nothing. Because I have nothing to say to you about that.
Listen, Felipe, you're lucky I'm saying nothing. Okay.
Right.
I could go the other way and really throw you under the bus. All right. So just
I could really have some things to say.
Yes, exactly. He goes, well, I just feel like we need to act like partners.
Brother.
I said the gall. The gall of this man. Like, these men. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think this collection of men on this season might be the worst collection of men that we've had?
As a collective?
As a collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think so. Because we've had other seasons where, like, okay, you have a bad guy, but then, okay, there may be like two solid guys, and then like the others are like, okay, subpar. No, literally, you could point to every single man, with the exception of Cameron, but that's debatable for some people. Some people are calling out some things he says of just like him being a little bit more pessimistic about their relationship. But of the 6 other guys, we could literally sit here and have a laundry list of things each one has said.
More than half, I would say almost all are flops in the husband department. I would say more than half are outright terrible partners / spouses. I'm talking Sean, I'm talking Adam, I'm talking Felipe, I'm talking Mecca. Those 4 out of the 7 men have been terrible partners to their people, have said some downright foolish, stupid, terrible things. You can say that Devin, Nick, and
Cameron.
Not really Cameron. Cameron's had like a moment, but Devin and Nick have both had moments where it's just like, you kind of suck. But those other 4 are just like, yeesh, you've been terrible. And so it's like, how dare this man say, I think we should act like partners? You haven't act like a partner this whole time. You don't act like a partner.
He's like, what I'm saying, like in his mind, what he says should not affect his ability to be a partner. But it's like, people, I guess he's operating off of like the sticks and stones can't break my bones mentality, because words have impact.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't think about that. I mean, we know he doesn't. It's confirmed.
We know it's confirmed later. Yeah.
So it's just like, how dare you say she's not being a good partner when all you've done for the last 5 weeks is like, oh, I don't know if I want to be married to you. Like, I like you, but can I see myself with you the whole time? Like, out loud in front of people, right? Like, that is not being a good partner. So how dare you say that, intimate that she's not being a good partner right now? So that's just, we leave them. We go to Belle Jolie and Mecca for their post dinner, whatever. Again, these two also did not have a good time. Well, pretty, not pretty enough for me. So she's down in the dumps. She's like, hey, you're pretty down. I just need him to stop saying things in a joking way for like 5 minutes. Like, be serious, okay?
It's impossible for him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're pretty down in the dumps, huh? Like, shut up. She's just like, I just need. She doesn't want to talk about this right now. She's like, I don't want to talk about it right now. I just need an effing break. She's like, I just need a break. I just need an effing break. God damn, I just need a break. Okay. In confessional, she says she just wants some space right now. She doesn't want to be forced to talk about the issue, but she does say, a real man wouldn't say the things that he said about me at that time.
Very true.
Very true. So it's very chilly in that apartment. She basically turns her back on him in bed and just refuses to talk to him as they're going to bed.
And he's like, what? And it's like, even this what gets me about Mecca, which we'll get more into it definitely through the retreat. But what gets me about him, it's on Front Street in this scene, is like, he's not going to confront what the issue was. Like, he's not going to be like, oh, are you upset about this? Or can you tell me what you're upset about? He just would rather act like nothing happened until she voices that she's upset. And then even if she does voice why she's upset, he's just like, yep, that's just not me. That's not me. So what can I say? Even though I've done things time and time again, that's actually not me.
Look at me. I've disappointed you yet again.
Yeah.
What was me?
Exactly.
Will I ever change? Who knows? Only time will tell.
It's so annoying because I get why she doesn't want to share in this moment, why she's so upset, because what's the point?
Mm-hmm. And she's got to be pissed off that he doesn't understand why she's upset.
Mm-hmm.
And why he wouldn't address it himself. It's like, it shouldn't have to be on her to bring this to him and be like, this upset me. He should be able to figure out why she's upset.
Exactly. Another example of words having impact.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Felipe and Mecca are going to get compared this whole drop, and it's true. So we then move to the next day. We get a scene with Felipe and Devin growing up in the gym. Devin tells Felipe, I'm so confused about whether or not, like, how the intimacy is going to go, how the affection should go between me and Kaitlyn. He tells Felipe, we haven't even kissed since Mexico. Wow.
That felt like the biggest bomb drop.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I had always been assuming there at least pecks here and there. Yeah, like especially because it hadn't been mentioned yet. Yeah. I was like, there for surely there were at least they may not be making out, but at least a peck.
Yeah, I mean,
when you leave the house,
it left me befuddled.
Yeah,
and flabbergasted and gobsmacked of like, yes, we know that she's been withholding affection, being a little cold, but no kisses for almost 5 weeks.
Yeah,
I have been trying to defend Kaitlyn this whole season. I don't know if I could do that anymore because that's crazy work.
When they're saying, "Oh, the ball is in her court to advance the affection," I'm like, "Oh, like then the ball is in her court to say like, hey, I'm ready to like give like real intimacy a try." I did not realize the ball was in her court to give him a kiss on the lips.
Man. But it is though, because she's been so standoffish. She's been so putting up those roadblocks.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the ball is in her court. I thought it was like, I think
she's gonna sit there with the ball and keep dribbling it on one end of the court. You know, I would think within 5 weeks she might get to the free throw line.
The ball had just gotten passed in. I didn't know she was still on the other side of the half court.
she took
I
the
thought
ball
she was like,
and she
okay.
checked it across the court. She's just like, now the ball's not even in the stadium no more. Now in the auditorium, like no one has the ball.
She was like at least like close to the bucket. Like, okay, all right, we're almost there. I just like my whole perception of this couple changed when he said that. And I was like, now I see why but people didn't know. But I feel like people have given us a little bit of grief for how highly we rated them sometimes. And so, now with this new information, a sign of intelligence is that you change your mind when new information is presented. So,
hey, listen to us. We got high EQs
That's
and
us.
IQs around here. Okay, all right, Sean. Take that. So that was wild. That really kind of painted everything in a new light. It gave me a little more respect for Devin and a little more insight into how he's feeling, because to not even get a kiss for 5 weeks is crazy work.
He could have been complaining about only that. I know he's been complaining about a lot of other little things like, oh, you didn't even acknowledge my presence when we were out at this place. He could have brought that up in front of Dr. Lisa, and she would have said, your homework tonight is to kiss each other.
Dr. Lisa would be like, oh, Devin, poor you. Come here, give me a kiss. I'll give you a kiss, right? Devin. That would have been Dr. Lisa's response.
True. Yes.
So I don't know. If I was Devin and I wasn't getting a kiss 5 weeks in,
that's kind of
I would have been gone probably week 4 or week 3 at least.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm not getting anything, like nothing. So his frustration really makes a lot more sense now.
Which is even it makes you think back on every moment. Even at the dinner, Felipe was like, "Oh, are y'all gonna say yes on decision day if y'all haven't like consummated your marriage?" And
consummated?
Like
consummated.
You talk about practice,
yeah, bro.
We are nowhere near that.
Bro, I'm trying to get a handhold right now, okay? You don't know how bad I got it, okay? You don't understand.
Two were further behind than Nick and Courtney.
Oh my, yes. Oh my God. Wild comment.
Literally wild comment. It's just like with each passing thought, I realize, oh my gosh. Like I cannot believe that's where they were.
How bad this is crazy. Okay. So yeah, moving from that, we get a moment with Nikki, and Nikki is telling us in a confessional that me and Sean are progressing, but there's these moments where he makes some jabs at me. He told me, yes, Nikki, you might be a Seattle 10, but in New York, you'd be a 7.
The audacity.
You I can't say what I want. Like, how dare this man?
I paused the show, and it was on. I had my my AirPods in. I'm watching the show on my laptop. I paused it on Sean. I turned the computer to Sarah. I said, "This guy right here just said he told his wife that she was a Seattle 10, but a New York 7." She said, "That guy."
That guy told that woman that.
Yes.
Come on.
Like, let me show you her. It was just absurd. The audacity to try to humble her at every opportunity he gets.
The unmitigated gall of this person. I'm not even calling him a man, of this person. To say that to not only his wife, but to just anyone. Like, rudeness on the highest level. Okay, we'll get back to that.
I can see that if he's a judge on America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
That's the only place this would be appropriate.
Yeah,
because that show was wild, and so I would imagine that's the arena where it would happen, not from a husband to his wife.
In Seattle, you're a 10. New York, 7. This is like, wow. Okay, so we then go to Devin and Kaitlyn. They're hanging out. He wants to address them not being romantic or affectionate. He's like, I'd be less in my head if there was some sort of physical contact, some sort of physicality in this relationship. And for her part, she says, well, wow. Like, and I haven't even noticed this. I've heard people talking about it, but I've noticed it way more in this drop. Wow, attraction stems from stability, and I'm just not there yet. Like, ugh.
She's not the only one. Adam,
Michelle, Marissa.
Yes.
It hit me. It all hit me in this drop. I was like, what? Like, what? Did something change in the audio? What's happening here? Oh, and for some reason, all hit me at once. For all these people. Yeah. Oh, my ears. So, she goes, yeah, attraction stems from stability for me. So it's we're working on it, but it's not there yet. Devin goes, well, I mean, listen, if you see any kind of future with me, I understand what you're saying, but wouldn't it hurt just to like lean into it a little bit? Like, girl, I can't. I threw you a Harry Potter night. Okay,
yes.
I don't be watching or reading Harry Potter. I threw you a Harry Potter night. I listened to Taylor Swift for you, and I can't get a kiss off of that. Off of none of that, I ain't get a kiss.
And it's like I get it, because like if you are thinking about it from her perspective, yes, physical intimacy should not be a reward for just being a good partner, right? But she is blaming her pace at things, saying, "Oh, I go slower and that's just my pace. Like that's what you should just understand." And that's what makes it a little bit more complicated, because that pace does not work for Married at First Sight. You have 6 weeks. So 6 weeks in a real life relationship and 6 weeks on Married at First Sight is not going to cut it. Like you in a real life relationship, most of the time, you're not going to know that you want to marry that person in 6 weeks.
But the benchmark is just too high for Married at First Sight. It's too high for a regular relationship. What? No kissing for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I feel like if this is even a regular relationship, if let's say we went on 2 dates a week, right? I'm not getting a kiss 12 dates in. That's weird. That's odd to me.
She would be like, whoa, 2 dates a week? That's a little much.
I haven't been in a dating relationship for quite some time. I don't know.
2 dates a week is not a lot to ask.
Okay,
if it works for people's schedule, like that's not an impossible task.
Yeah. So it's like, listen, I've been married for all of time, it seems like. So I have no idea what's even the standard anymore. It's like, I'm married. I don't date no more. Okay. That's out the window. But yeah, like I understand having a pace, but this pace just seems ridiculous, like for even a regular relationship, let alone Married at First Sight.
Especially when she says she is attracted to him.
Yeah.
She really likes the things he does for her. Yeah. She's never been with a guy who's done the type of thing he has done. So then it's like, okay, what's the drawback? That's what they should have been focusing on. That's what they should have been focusing on with these two is what is missing for you to want to have any type of physical connection with him.
And it feels like I get that Devin has definitely messed up a few times in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But there has to be some forgiveness and some ability to work back from those things. If that's not the case, then what are we even doing here if you're unable to move past these things?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me. So yeah, I mean, what does stability look like for her, right?
Right.
And she, in a confession, she says, actually, the funny thing is, like, Devin's so hot. Like, he has all the physical. There is definitely desire there. And she goes, the couples retreat seems like the ideal environment for us to move forward. I said, why?
To kiss.
I guess to kiss.
Yeah.
Like, because what do you mean the couples retreat is the ideal environment? Why would that be the ideal environment?
Right.
Like, what about the couples retreat is like, this is the moment.
This is perfect, actually.
This is perfect. Is it the fact that we're going to be around all the other couples and now I can display my newfound affection in front of all of our friends?
No, it's just something to say.
It's so weird to be like, that's the ideal environment. That's the moment. That's my moment right there. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why would you want that to be like the moment that you decide to move forward by kissing this man?
Yeah.
Listen, we don't even know if it's a kiss. It could be like a handhold or a cuddle.
Yes, or a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, something. We don't know. We don't even know what her benchmark is right now. So yeah, I just was did not understand why the couples retreat was the ideal environment for that. But anyway, Nikki has decided to cook for Sean. She's going to cook her mother's Southern style mac and cheese. Someone in our Facebook group was upset that she used pre-shredded cheese for the mac and cheese. But Nikki apparently don't know what she's doing, because she's like, I don't even know how this oven works. Like, this woman's been in this apartment for 5 weeks, and she's like, I don't even know.
Right. Like, dang, you haven't even put a little hash brown in the oven, a little cookie.
So she called her mama. And I also loved how she asked Google, all right? Better than asking Chat GPT, I'll say that. She just goes, how does this oven work?
Girl, give me a make and model.
Yeah, something. Give me something to work with. Okay. I can't. No, not everyone has the same oven. Like, right. Google, how do I turn this oven on?
She's like, there should be a universal instructions.
And they did her dirty too, because they focused in on her charging cable. It was all hairy. I said, does she have a dog? What there's like just fuzz and lint all over that thing.
No.
So she's talking to her mom on the phone.
Not if you have I don't have hairy chargers with my 3 dogs and a cat.
Have you looked though? I feel like you would say that. You would say that, and then after you got the podcast, you look at it and be like, oh my God, I do have hairy charging cables.
No.
All right, if you say so.
Well, Pepper and Cinnamon don't shed, so.
Oh, there you go. And Tilly's not allowed around charging cables.
Tilly's not allowed around technology.
She has to stay at her crate at all times. She's the stepdog.
No, she doesn't.
So Nikki's on the phone with her mother-in-law on the speakerphone. Sean comes in and he's like, hey, mother-in-law.
Yes, and guys, we are aware Nikki's mom was at the wedding. We remember now.
We heard from plenty of you.
Yes, from all angles.
God, don't you remember? Her mother was there. She told him to call him mother-in-law. I was like, okay,
guys, we've gone over a lot of information since then.
We got it. We know. She's like, hey, you're taking care of my daughter like you told me you would. He's like, I'm trying. I'm letting her get food on my credit card. Like, okay, that's
because she needs that.
Yeah. Boy, I make more money than you. Okay, I think I'm good. She's like, okay, all right, Sean, we'll talk another time. All right, but you can just tell by the tone of mom's voice. She's like, you son of a gun. Like, I've heard everything about what you went up to, and we will talk another time when I'm not on a camera via speakerphone, because I got some things to say to you.
I have things to say.
In confessional, Sean says it's good connecting with her mother because he really needs that to get to a yes on decision day. They eat the food. He looks at her food. He goes, yummy. But then in a confessional, he says, it was just okay. Wow.
He's like, so it wasn't terrible.
Has to take every moment to really just, even in a confessional, just to take her down a peg.
Okay is better than terrible.
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough for me. Not bougie enough for me.
Right. I've had better.
We then get to see a little bit more from Mecca and Belle Jolie. Things seem to have calmed down a little bit from the not pretty enough for me comment, but Belle's still thinking about it. They're hanging out in the pool. Belle tells us, listen, I'm being cordial and calm, keeping it cute, but I have yet to forgive him about this. They talk about it.
They seem to do a lot of like avoiding techniques. Yeah. Like, it seems like in their everyday, like, going about life, they're not addressing anything serious, because these scenes we get, it's not even like, it doesn't even feel like, sometimes it will feel that way, but this doesn't feel like a recreation of an argument. It feels like this is freshly being brought up to address in front of the cameras. Not that it's intended to be in front of the cameras, but they're more like their feet are held to the fire when they're sitting in front of like the producers and like talk about this, where I think they've mastered avoiding this stuff.
I think they're both pretty avoidant, because I think Mecca, first of all, I don't know if it's avoidant or he just has no idea what he's done and doesn't know what to talk about, doesn't know what to forgive. He just says, I just know she's not talking to me. I don't know why. I don't understand why. That's all I know. And I think Belle is hesitant to start arguments, start things. So they have to do it. They authentically do it in front of the camera, because guess what? There's a producer on the other end of the camera going like, okay, so let's talk about the pretty enough comment.
Talk about, and they're like, oh, we've avoided it.
Yeah. And so, they talk about it. He says, I just feel like, your wording was really terrible there. You didn't need to say any of that. He goes, I said that. I said not pretty enough for me.
No, I didn't say that.
I don't think I said that. I said pretty enough to me.
As if that's any better.
Why? What, Mecca? Why is that the defense? Because that's a little better, but it's not even like that much better that it makes that much of a difference. Because if he goes,
he even practiced saying it too. Like, no, I said you're not pretty enough to me. Yeah. That's
well, I think what he means to say is, I think he said, I said you're pretty enough to me, which is what he thinks he said. But even that is like pretty enough. Like the enough in there is what's really causing the harm here, right? You're pretty enough, I guess. Like, but he didn't even say that, because that would be a little better. But then no, we heard you say pretty enough for me.
Yeah.
And then nah.
And I love that they did a flashback.
Yeah, he's like, I wish they would have shown him in that moment. Like, look, we got the daily.
There's the iPad.
Yeah. Listen, I say it all the time. It needs to happen. It would be so much better if we could show them in real time what they said. But then she goes, no, you said not pretty enough for you. He's like, oh, you know what? Now just saying it to me, I guess I kind of remember that I did say that. He's like, so I'm sorry. I do apologize for what I said. Like, great.
He's like, now that you're saying it, it's jogging a memory.
Yeah, and Belle, for once, is really kind of sticking up for herself. She's like, how much more do I have to hear about this stuff and put up with the things that you're saying? Like, I've put up with a lot. You had the attraction thing on the honeymoon. You're saying this at the dinner. How much of this am I have to take? She tells him, you and Felipe are like the same type of dude. Neither one of you are able to consider anyone else's feelings when you speak. I don't know if it's because both of you have been single for a long time or what, but you have issues with that. You don't think about someone else when you speak about them or to them. I was like, yes, tell him.
And if you're Mecca, who has been going in on Felipe in all of these group settings, how does this not offend you? Like, how is this not a wake-up call that, wow, my wife sees me in the same light as this guy who I feel like has just been out of line?
Yeah, it should be a wake-up call. It should be a reality check. But we're going to see in a bit that it's not.
It is not.
It is not. He says, yeah, he's so, oh man, so disappointed in myself. I know I'm better than this.
Are you?
It sucks that it keeps on happening. I don't intentionally want to make you feel bad. Like, well, that you should really have some self-reflection then, right? There's some introspection that needs to happen here. In a confessional, our producer asked him, so do you think this is self-sabotaging? It's like, maybe.
Could be.
It's all subconscious, but it has happened before, so possibly. Yeah, you think? Belle asks him, do you think physical attraction can grow? He says, for sure. Again, not confident. He's just like, sure. Yeah, I think so.
Anything can grow.
This is your moment, Mecca. This is these men don't take the initiative to try and fix things.
No.
This is the moment where he says, well, I know it can because it's been growing for me since the honeymoon, since we've been married. I feel so much more attracted to you now than I did then. That's how you start to repair this, right? By throwing good after bad, right? Of like, yeah, I said some really messed up ish. Let me try and repair this by being effusive in my praise. These men don't get that. They don't understand that concept at all. So in confessional, she says she needs to feel confident that this type of thing is going to stop happening in order for her to say yes on decision day. And she's
rightfully
just not sure
so.
Yet. It's like, well, listen, you got less than 2 weeks left. I just don't think this man's going to totally change his personality in those 2 weeks. So it's looking rough. Everyone's starting to leave for the retreat. Cameron says he's bringing the popcorn. Michelle's bringing the salt and the butter. I mean, obviously he's looking to stir the pot again. Because I mean, listen, it's here that I kind of started being annoyed with Cameron and Michelle. Like, it's only a certain amount of time I'm gonna be like, okay, now you're kind of flaunting it in front of everyone's faces that you're the best, and you're not only just going to be the best, you're going to try and get stuff out of everyone else and kind of.
They're just not our Camille and Thomas.
No, we've had so many other perfect couples that are willing to sit back in the cut and be like, I'm not getting in it. I'm not going to say anything about anybody else. I'm just going to know in my heart that we are the best couple and leave it at that. We're not going to brag. We're not going to do this and that. We're just going to be here. But these fools are just like, can't wait to see them tear each other apart. Love it.
Right.
Like
that's my entertainment.
Yeah. It's wild. Tori and Felipe are leaving for the retreat. You know, he says, you know, in confessional, Felipe says, yeah, things have been good since we talked after the dinner, right? You know,
I don't believe him. He never has an accurate account of how they're doing.
Felipe, let me hear from Tori. Is Tori behind you? Let me hear what she has to say. Because I don't know if that's true. They talk about what's going to happen at the retreat. And she's like, listen, I'm nervous. Like, you know, because whenever you get around your little friends, things happen. She's like, I just want to make sure that I am considered when you are talking about me and about our relationship in the group.
And it's not a big ask.
Put a pin in this. Let it be known. Tori said this to him out loud before the retreat. She again, Tori really feels like his mother. And listen, when we talk about mothers, we're talking about, now when we get in the store, you don't act up. Okay.
Right.
You be on your best behavior, or else you better act right when we're in the store. Okay. Don't be like Aysha and start stealing candy. Okay. Was that on the Patreon? I don't remember.
I think that was.
We talked about stealing candy as kids. So listen, she's told him. She's like, you better watch your mouth when we get around these people. Okay. Mecca and Belle are leaving. They talk about, you know, and Belle just like Tori's like, I don't know what's gonna happen when we get in this group, because he is bound to say anything when we get around these people. Don't know how he's gonna act. And in a confessional, Mecca says, it's my job to put her concerns to rest during the retreat. It's okay.
And so I think he thinks just saying that is enough. I think he genuinely thinks I have claimed it, I owned it by saying it, and the rest can speak for itself. There's nothing I have to do.
So let it be known, these two men, Felipe and Mecca, are aware, do know they are on thin ice going into this retreat. So you would think that would tell you, let me be on my best behavior in this retreat. Dear listeners and watchers, we'll see what happens in a bit.
That sign can't stop me. I can't read. I feel like that's so applicable this whole season. It's a DW quote from Arthur.
Yes, makes a lot of sense. Tori and Felipe are driving down the road, ready to the retreat, and Tori's like, uh-oh, something's happening with the car. The car legit breaks down on the side of the road.
Smoke coming from the engine.
Burning oil. Before that, actually, Felipe fills her in about Kaitlyn and Devin not kissing. They're like, can you believe that? Like, no, none of us can believe that. That's crazy. So yeah, the car breaks down, and we just see Felipe just chilling in the cut, just chilling in the passenger seat, like, damn, sucks to be you, basically. Wow. Like, you kind of broke down, damn. And Tori is annoyed that Felipe is not taking any initiative here. He's not doing anything. She's like, I feel like as my husband, this is something that you should be kind of like spearheading, taking care of, right? Like, I feel like that's what I'm expecting out of a husband in my life.
He's not the leader in this relationship, and it's evident at every turn. And it's like, even with this situation, I don't care if you don't know a single thing about the car. Take some initiative. Why are you sitting there? I'll just see whoever you call. It's fine.
Yeah. Do you have roadside service? Can I call for you? Can I call my roadside service to help? Anything, something.
I don't need you looking under the hood if you don't know what you're doing, but at least help me resolve this situation.
I said in the Facebook comments, I said, no, you get your ass out the car. Babe, pop the hood. She pops the hood. You get under there and you be like, start knocking stuff around. Like, oh yeah, I see. You know what? Your flux capacitor is not connected to the thingamabob. That's the problem. See, the thing is, I don't have the tools with me to fix this. We don't have to call a tow truck. Listen, if I had my stuff, right? If it was my car, I have the tools in my car. Right. But I don't have the tools in my car. So yes, we do have to call AAA or a tow truck or something. I'm sorry, babe. Just do something. Right?
Like, you're supposed to be making her life easier. He might as well have not been in the car. Like, she would have had to. Yes. Like, what? I feel like if she had been in the car with any of the other wives, they would have done more than what he did right there. Yeah. Just sitting there brushing her arm, like, I'm here for moral support. You know more about cars than I do, so.
Okay, they would be like, it might be the alternator.
It's just like, what? Like, and he just doesn't get it. And so it's just like, he in his mind, I don't know anything about cars, so there's nothing I can do, so I will just sit here. And that makes total sense to him, and rather than helping resolve.
And sit here and make little jokey jokes and be like, oh, yeah, I don't know. It's all you, babe. Like, have some sort of urgency or initiative in this. Like, I don't know anything about cars. I would have gotten on and be like, let me take a look. Let me take a look. Did we hit something? Did something happen? Is something leaking? Check something. Like, just do something, right? So they're in a spot right now. They're on the side of the road.
It's bigger than the car. It just shows that she cannot rely on him for anything.
Yeah. So everyone arrives at the retreat. Cameron and Michelle arrive first to pick out the best room. Devin and Kaitlyn are here. Mecca and Belle Jolie are here. Adam and Marissa arrive. We see Tori and Felipe. I think they probably got a ride in a production car because all the producers and stuff are on the way too. So they're like, all right, you get in the car, guys.
I thought it was like an Uber.
It's probably a production car. I'd imagine. He's like, they're in the car. Like, I'll be there for moral support. You've got to figure out how to get a new car. I'll be the eye candy. Like, yeah, even good for that.
Right.
So Sean and Nikki arrive. But before they get there, they're kind of on the way in the car. And Nikki's like, I did not love the way that Michelle was talking about us at the last dinner. Like, didn't really enjoy that talking ish on me and you's relationship. He says, well, the thing about Michelle is, they haven't had a fight yet. And when they finally do, it's going to be something. Because the thing about Michelle is she's doing what she's always done. She's accepting a guy for what he has to offer, but not getting what she wants in return. She wants a guy
he's known Michelle for years.
Yeah. She's like, she wants a guy with stability, and that's not what Cameron has. So she's just taking what she can get because she is a lover girl. I said, okay, love expert. It's like, I was ready to turn to the camera like, and get more in my new book. Blah, blah, blah,
right.
So yes, Sean is crap talking Michelle and Cameron before they get there. At the retreat, Kaitlyn talks about the fact that, I'm ready to give him some signals. I'm ready to give him the green light, to give Devin the green light to know we can proceed in affection. And she's like, well, let's see how this goes. So I'm not the best initiator. She says, who knows? This retreat will either make us break up or hook up. Foreshadowing, folks. Foreshadowing. Gotta love that. Sean and Nikki finally show up at the retreat. They get the worst room. It's like a room with a bunch of bunk beds. It's an interesting little room. Sean does pull Adam aside. He's like, listen, Adam, I have to apologize for what I said to you at the dinner about your EQ and your IQ. I was really just trying to get a bead on how you're feeling about Marissa. That was the whole thing. I don't understand what you're saying when you say things about your feelings. I was trying to get clarity on it. I was like, oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Listen, I got you back, so we're good. That's the most fired up I've been, bro. Vibes are good. Vibes are chilling.
Which is so funny because I'm like, I know Adam on the inside was like, dang, I didn't expect him to like just come and apologize. I was ready to have an attitude and try to call him out.
I was ready to get in your ass all weekend, my guy. Right. So as an inspiration to the Facebook password, stupid games with stupid prizes, we start playing games. When you start playing, most likely it never ends well. So some of the awards that were given on this, most likely to flirt with a waiter, even in the presence of their partner. Felipe, most likely to hook up in a public place. Felipe, most likely to self-sabotage. Mecca gets that one. Everyone could have seen that coming. Most likely to get the ick in their marriage, and most likely to offer a swap if they could, goes to Kaitlyn. Now, when Kaitlyn's getting all these accolades and awards, she is laughing along with the group.
Laughing, hee ha ha.
Hee ha ha. And Devin is just like, okay, I see how it is. She's just going along with it. She's just yucking it up is that this is a positive thing.
He does not like this one bit.
Not 1 second. We get to more Felipe awards. He gets most likely to get caught lying about where he was last night. Most likely to put his foot in his mouth. Tori, he's like he is just eating all this up. He's doing things like, oh, you gotta be good at something. Ha, 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 ha. And Tori at one point is like, you know, it's not good that you're like winning these awards, right? Like, you know, and it gets more. Most likely to never be ready for marriage. Felipe. Most likely to send news to the wrong person. Felipe. Tori's had enough. She's like, right. I don't know why he is enjoying being looked at as a womanizer. He's celebrating that. He's, you know, and Tori gets up and storms off as he is chugging out of his worst husband trophy, basically.
Right.
And so,
which in that moment,
yeah,
should have been the trigger to be like, let me follow after her.
Well, I don't even think he saw her leave. He was so distracted, soaking up the cheers of people making fun of him to his face, basically. He just probably didn't even notice that she left. So we get some girl time. Belle talks to the girls about why do all these men decide they need to be putting their foots in their mouths all the time? It happens all the time with these people. With the guys, Devin talks about how overwhelmed Kaitlyn seems to be. And we get a little story time from Adam. He's like, yeah, Adam, Marissa, and Kaitlyn were hanging out. We went to like some music show. And Kaitlyn was just ignoring Devin the whole time. Just checked out, looking at her phone the whole time, not paying any attention to him. In a confessional, Devin talks about how oblivious Kaitlyn is to what others are saying about their relationship, you know, and how this is looking to everybody. It's obvious. And he also, again, says, I'm pretty jealous of how Adam and Marissa are vibing and how all their chemistry and stuff. Which is like, yeah. And it's interesting to get that note from Adam of like, yeah, we see it even when the cameras aren't around. So she can't,
yeah,
you know, there are no other excuses.
Yeah.
So we get some girl talk from Michelle, talking about how great Cameron is. He's here for the right reasons. She brings up the pretty enough comment to the girls. She says, you can't believe what this man said to me.
And they were just as shocked as we were when we heard it.
And she says, if I say yes, how do I know this isn't going to happen again? And editors, being the perfect editors they are, they now bring us over to the guy's side where it's about to happen again. She said, I don't know what's going to happen. What if it happens again?
Triggers it happening again.
Yes. So he tells the guys about the pretty enough comment. They're like, why in the world would you ever say that? Like, why would you say something that crazy? Here, let me make you say something crazier.
Yeah.
And so Adam, who is just master instigator in this whole retreat, like if something needs to be instigated, Adam will instigate it. Okay, he asked Mecca, is Belle?
I mean, they were tag teaming him and Cameron.
Yeah, I think Cameron's the one that actually asked this.
Yeah,
like, is Belle your dream girl? He goes, no. Is Michelle your dream girl? Cameron says,
yes.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
I loved that answer, like without hesitation, because he's like, not only is it a yes, but I can tell you why. I'm attracted to her. She's cool. Like she likes the things I like. These are all the things that make her my dream girl, not the superficial reason that you're about to say.
And like, guess what, Mecca? Dummy. That's the answer. That's the only answer. When you're speaking about your partner, your spouse, yes, my dream girl. She's great. She's awesome. Love it. And they're like, and then I think this is where Adam pops in. He's like, what is your dream girl physically? Are you into white girls? I was like, whoa, Adam. Wild comment.
I can't believe he went there.
Which, interestingly enough, is very relevant to the current real-time conversations about Mecca. If you haven't heard about it, one of Mecca's exes, the one he talked about on the show, came into the conversation via social media and, says, hey, I'm the ex, and this was a white woman. So a lot of things have been thrown around about, is Mecca only attracted to white women? Is that why he doesn't find Belle attractive? Is that the reason? And so Mecca goes, no racial preference. I have no racial preference. I was like, okay, well, that kind of answers that. Mecca says, the thing is, right, I'm used to my women being a little thicker. They're like, okay. They're like,
yes.
Like Belle's
Adam
not
said,
thinking
okay, I wouldn't have known that. Adam, why would you know that?
And he's like, I mean, she's not thinking of. He's like, well, not where I'm talking about. He gestures
because they were like, can she change that? He's like, well, not here.
Not here. He gestures toward the breast area. Okay, the boobs area. Okay, and Adam goes, well, can she get fake boobs? Girls love to do that nowadays. It's like, what? Adam.
Yeah, all the girls in the world.
And Mecca's like, I don't know. I don't want to ask her that. I'm scared to ask her that. She might be against it. Just this whole thing is just spiraling out of control now because
like somehow because we didn't imagine it, but somehow it was worse than the preview.
We have devolved to critiquing a woman's body and things about her body. Like
someone that you have been intimate with.
Yes. And like that's just the grossest of the gross to be like to really just be critiquing your partner's body in a public forum. He's like, but I mean, I am finding attraction though. I find myself staring at her sometimes, and I go like, wow.
Find the attraction.
I'm just trying to stare my way into attraction.
I squint real hard. Then I noticed she had dimples.
Yeah, boom, there you go. I like dimples. But Adam goes, but if she had bigger boobs, and Mecca goes, I mean, yeah, that'd be great. Blah blah blah. Cam being the father of the group is like, this is ridiculous. This just shows Mecca's lack of maturity, shows how emotionally unaware he is, and how superficial he is. I'm like, thank you, Cameron. Some sensibility. Thank you. And so, Cam is like, so if she's not your dream girl, what are you doing here? Why are you even doing this? Like, and that's like, he's kind of calling Mecca out. He's like, Mecca's like, hey, listen, I'm young. I like what I like. Like,
he's like, looks fade.
Yeah, like Cameron's like, it looks fade all the time. It's not going to be, you're not going to have all this forever. He goes, he goes, yeah, I like what I like. I'm young, but her personality supersedes all that. And they kind of like,
oh, but yet attraction continues to come up.
Yeah. And so I think it was someone that was like, but is she your dream girl now? He pauses and he's like, it was this moment. He's like, I'm on camera right now. He's like, yes, she has become my dream girl.
No, Adam said, could she become your dream girl? And that's when he said, yes, she could. And it's like, now you've created this bar that she has to reach in order for you to be quote unquote attracted to her. And it's just like, come on. Just like Cameron said, what are we doing?
What are we doing here? Meanwhile, Mecca, Belle, whatever. Belle's in the other room saying, like, I don't like my yes has shifted in the wrong direction now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm a yes anymore.
As it should.
So I mean, just when Mecca is realizing she could become my dream girl, Belle's like, he was not my dream man for sure.
Right. You forgot Felipe, she also has a decision to make.
Yeah, like this thing's in the bag in his mind.
Yeah.
Felipe finally comes to check on Tori. He's like, where'd my wife go? Where's she at? And he finds Tori, and she's like, she's down in the dumps. She's like
you're right. He had no idea she left because he legitimately thought she was in there with the girls.
Yep. He had no idea where she was. And so he runs in like, hey, babe, what's going on? This man just walks into fights with no idea that he's about to walk into one. He's like, hey, babe, what's going on? And like, she's on the verge of tears in this moment even. And he sits down with her, they're like, what's going on? What's up? Huh? What? And so she's like, let's switch roles. Like, you never want a conversation start like this. Especially if you don't know you're about to walk into a fight. It's just like, let's switch roles. Would you be happy with me right now? He's like, huh? It's like, I don't know. What?
Why wouldn't I be?
It's like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's alarming that you don't have a clue about what I'm feeling right now. He's like, oh, are you like, so you're mad about what other people are feeling about me? She says, no, but you don't really you do a lot to perpetuate this narrative. You don't do anything to defend yourself against it. She says, you don't care enough to consider me. The fact that you're the butt of these jokes also makes me the butt of the jokes because I'm accepting it and you are my husband. He's like, And this is where he starts to get really whiny and really annoying. He's like, what did I do? What did I say? What did I do? This is where he's like wildly flinging his arms around. I don't get it. What did I do?
Matter.
Doesn't matter what other people think about me. It matters what you think about me. But I don't get it. He's like, she says, it's like you're celebrating being a bad partner. That's the problem. Like, she goes, I did this to be a partner, not a mom. You are an adult. You know, it's not fun that you're the butt of these jokes about being a bad partner. It's just like you enjoy being seen as a bad partner. He says, well, then he just tries to really turn it around. He's like, well, it sounds like you don't trust me. And, you know, you just are sad about what other people think about me. That's not it.
Like, that's not it. Oh my God.
He's like, he's like, I can't be with someone that cares about what other people think. You know, he's like, I don't have to change. I'm taking this from them out there. Now I'm taking it from you. Like, I didn't do a single effing thing. I didn't do anything. Like a whiny little baby. Yeah. He's like, I was just trying to keep the vibes good. Okay. And see, that's the problem, Felipe. Yeah. Trying to keep the vibes good with these other people.
Exactly.
Not with your wife.
Yep.
Like, that's who you should be keeping the vibes good with. Now, he didn't realize the vibes are bad because he has no effing clue on how to be a partner or a grown-up, you know? Nope. So he has no idea what this is doing. So he's like, I was just trying to keep the vibes good. You two focus on playing with your friends and not focus on your wife, okay? He's like, you just don't want to be with me. That's what it is. It's like,
yep, that's it, Felipe. Like,
throwing it back up on her, on her. She's like, is it that hard to really kind of like audit what you say? He's like, who cares about their perception? Who cares? What matters to me is your perception. It's like, you're not getting it. Like,
right.
Their perception.
They were like having two different conversations.
Yeah. You don't get it, man. Their perception is also my perception.
Right.
They think you're a shitty husband, and I think you're a shitty husband too.
We agree.
Yes, that's the problem. They're confirming what I thought about you being a bad husband by making all these jokes about you being a bad husband. She's like, you're just being overly sensitive to what people think. She says, I feel like we need to be in each other's corner. This is what she is saying. I don't see you being in my corner, Felipe. He's like, I don't want to continue this anymore. I don't know if I can do this. He says, well, maybe we're just not compatible. And he gets up and leaves and walks all sad sacky into the kitchen with the boys. The boys are like, what's wrong, Felipe? What's the matter?
But before he leaves, she says a pretty definitive, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. And this is the episode 16 cliffhanger into 17. It was like, are they breaking up? Is this it? We don't know. So we get into 17. We kind of get a immediate follow-up. He's like crying in the boys' arms. Adam's like, what's wrong, buddy? What's the matter? What's up? What's going on? He's like, I don't know what I did. She thinks that she's the butt of the jokes and everything. The girls find Tori. They're like, what's going on? What's wrong? I like Marissa. Marissa's like, he can't realize that he can't be Beyonce because you are Beyonce. Yeah. I was like, yes, get him, Marissa. Finally, something you say I agree with.
She said, as a Beyonce, you cannot be with somebody else who thinks he's a Beyonce.
Exactly. I made a note. I was like, Nikki, get off of Tori. Nikki has been in her cups. Nikki's like on top of Tori. Like, what's going on, girl? What's wrong?
Like, it was like Marissa was on Tori's right, Kaitlyn was on her left, so they have surrounded her fully, and then Nikki's just like, I'll take the middle,
just plop down on top of her. I'm like, what is happening here? Tori says, this whole thing's getting old. He has no consideration for me. I need a partner. Like, and he's saying to the guys, I need a partner to give me grace. He's like, I need someone that loves me for me. I'm not able to think before I speak. I need someone that's okay with that. What? Like, are you not a full-grown adult? Like,
full-grown adult his family and friends give him grace. So why can't he be with somebody else who gives him grace? No, your family and friends don't have to be in a relationship with you. That is entirely different than your sister, your bestie. Like, those aren't the people that are living with you, doing life with you, relying on you to make decisions. And you just think it's okay to say all of this offhanded stuff without any thought just because your mom forgives what you say and doesn't hold you accountable. It literally all boils down to he wants to be with someone who doesn't hold him accountable because the people in his life do not hold him accountable to the things that he says. So why can't she just do the same?
Ding, 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 ding. That's it in a nutshell. So the guys are like, uh-oh, we messed up. It's like, it's like, well, you know, so Felipe is like, why can't she love me for me? Why can't she give me grace? Mecca, who, you know, doesn't say a lot of smart stuff, says something smart. He's like, listen, that's not the problem is not she can't give you grace or blah, blah, blah. Problem is the stuff we voted on is a reflection of not just you, but of her and what she has to put up with, which is like exactly what Tori just said to Felipe. But the fact that Mecca said it seems like it didn't dawn on him a little bit. He's like, oh, see, now why did someone say it to me like that? Like, that's exactly what Tori said to you, you idiot. And Mecca goes, yeah, the problem was we weren't thinking of Tori when we did that stupid game. And Devin, who also was upset about the game because of of all the prizes Kaitlyn got, is like, yeah, that was definitely not cool of us to be doing this stupid game. Okay, that was definitely not cool.
Right.
Tori tells the ladies, we deserve to be considered. It's like, fine, yes, everyone's waking up at the same time. You all deserve to be considered. Yes, I don't know why it took 5 weeks for you to realize that, but you're all come to
as if they haven't all been seen in a group setting multiple times. It just finally took right now.
Yeah, maybe it was this moment where we could just all swap stories and be like, you know what I'm finding is a common denominator here? All our guys suck. Like,
exactly.
Duh. Yeah, duh. So the girls and the guys start mingling again. Kaitlyn tells Felipe, because he's still kind of like confused. He's like, what did I do? What's going on? Kaitlyn decides to, you know, get into the fray of this. And she says, listen, Tori feels let down by you. What you should have done was draw boundaries with the guys to tell them to stop messing with you. Basically to stand up. And she doesn't say this, but I'm going to say it, to stand up for your relationship. Okay, like that's what you should have been doing. You should not have been playing into it.
Yeah,
you've been, you know, saying like that's not me. Like I know I've done things, and I'm down with Tori, not being like, oh yeah, I am terrible. Yuck, 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 yuck. But Tori's over here taking all my crap. And so as if Kaitlyn wasn't enough, Dr. Best comes with his love advice, his love expert advice, and goes, hey,
not Dr. Best.
You guys are a we. You're not a you anymore. Okay, and the thing is, when you speak, you need to speak as a we and not a you. You need to protect the we. Felipe's like, but I need some grace though. These people are saying obvious things. Like, why would I say anything other than that? Like, they were saying these things that are true. And Kaitlyn's going, but not for Tori. Stop backtracking. She's like, this is an effing marriage. It's hard. It's not easy, okay? I was like, okay, Kaitlyn, that you need to exit out. All of y'all need to exit out of the conversation. All right.
Right, because y'all do have your own relationships you need to be working on, especially like, Sean, who doesn't have much more time here. But he's
got some good advice because y'all got great marriages or something. Like, get out of here.
But then at the same time, we don't need Michelle and Cameron also over there because it would be their entertainment. They're not trying to fix this situation.
Exactly. So Devin and Nikki, which I'm like, Devin and Nikki, wow, that's quite a pair. That's a
wild pairing.
Yeah, like okay, these two are talking. I didn't even know each other existed. He talks about his marriage. He says, you know, I really want her to try more, lean into the affection. In confessional, he says he's unconfident and he's scared. He says it needs to be a two-way street on this affection stuff with me and her, but I'm not getting that. In her confessional, she's like in their room getting ready to go to bed. She's like, he went to take a shower. Can you believe that? Like, I'm not going to sit around here and wait to make a move on him. It's like, really? Because that's all he's been trying to do to you. Like, you can't take a minute to wait till he gets out of the shower. Crazy work. That's the next morning between Tori and Felipe. They kind of like are avoiding each other, you know.
Kaitlyn like both in the kitchen talking to other people, but not to each other.
And we saw that Felipe slept on the couch the night before.
Yeah.
So they're kind of you know, acting up with each other. We also get Kaitlyn and Devin talking. This is the morning after, you know, last night, and she says, you know, me and Devin started bickering last night because he missed the obvious cues that I was giving him that I was ready to go further, you know. She's like, maybe it's our foreplay, you know. Maybe that's how our bickering is foreplay. She's like, I don't want to have to do everything. I want to feel desired.
Flashback to her like touching his arm, rubbing his back.
Like, I gave him all the signs, the back pat, the shoulder rub, all the signs. I was ready to DTF, right? And but I almost threw something to my TV. I said, you don't want to have to do everything. You've done nothing. And anytime he tried to do anything, you shut it down. Anytime he let you know you were desired by him, you made it seem like he was committing a crime. So you can't say this. You now, since you have put yourself in this situation, you, Kaitlyn, if you want to further the affection, you have to be obvious with it, right?
Yeah.
You may even say, listen, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's kiss. Let's do something.
It was so interesting for her to be like, you know, every time she wants to do something, he takes a shower, goes to get food. But I'm like, I'm sure she's never been direct about that. Like, he probably thinks like, who knows what he thinks actually, but it's just like, she's taking it as like as rejection. But in Devin's mind, she's not giving him any clear signs.
No, not at all. Because she's been so like, hesitant on the affection piece, he's waiting for an overt signal to be like, all right, it's all good now. Signs clear. And now she's out here patting his shoulder and rubbing his back. Like, that's not anything. What you talking about? Because if I go off of that little signal and try and get something started, you're like, oh, no, that's not what I wanted at all. Why are you trying to, get all up in my space? Like that's what he thinks he would get if he tried to do anything. It's crazy. So then we get a moment where Cam, I think it was Cam, Belle, no, it was Cam, Kaitlyn, and Michelle are sitting on a thing. And Michelle goes, so I heard some stuff last night. And Cameron, you can tell Cameron's like, oh, I did not think this through. He's like loose lips, sink ships, Michelle. He's like, I did not think you'd be out here telling everybody what I told you last night when I came to bed. Oh my God. And so Michelle spills all of Mecca's beans. She tells Kaitlyn all that Cam told her that Mecca said about the girl with bigger boobs. And Kaitlyn's like, oh no, this will not stand. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, that's going to start some ish.
Yeah, as soon as Michelle said Belle needs to know the truth, I was like, we got some more drama to come.
Here we go. We get a Belle and Mecca date. They go wine tasting. He likes the fact that, because she tells him that she basically kind of like stuck up for him about the pretty comment with the girls. Like, I'm gonna keep giving him a chance.
Before that, Sean did end up leaving at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, I put that in my thingies. He says his mother was turning 72, so he had to go to New York to celebrate her birthday. We've had this before where people need to take care of family things. Like, why doesn't your wife go with you? That's kind of weird to me. It's like, you are married technically. I would think this would be like Nikki's just like, no.
I thought that too. I was like, was this not a moment for her to meet everybody? Right. Or it was just like, you have to have one representative at the retreat? Because what else was she doing?
Are you contractually obligated to have one person from the couple? Yes, Sean's gone. Belle and Mecca go on a date, wine tasting. He's grateful that she still sticks up for him, even though he doesn't deserve it all the time. He does acknowledge that he is usually the one to mess up relationships, and that's why he was single for so long. And again, he's just like, he keeps grinning and like saying these things in a joking manner. Like, be serious, please. Try and be a little serious, to make it look like you're at least a little, contrite. And the fact that it's like, I mess up all my relationships. It's not funny. Like, no, it's not, as a person in a relationship with you, it's not funny. Like, it's not cute. It's actually quite serious.
Right.
Tori and Felipe finally talk.
Well, the comment that got me the most out of this whole date with Mecca and Belle Jolie was him saying, because she was like, I told them not to look at you any differently. Like, when I shared like what you said, and like, I'm not gonna look at you any differently either. And he's like, that girl loves to protect her man.
Oh.
It's like, you just said that like you're like, she's your homegirl.
Well, as if he's an outside observer to this relationship. Of like, that guy put you through a lot. Like,
you're the man in question.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Well, it's like that sketch. Like, we're gonna find who did this.
Yeah,
it's you. You're the culprit.
And that has to be so annoying for Belle to just hear him. It's like he's removed from the situation. He's removed from his actions. Even just something slight like that.
That was funny. We get Tori and Felipe. They're having the talk. He says, I get it now. I should try to shut down the narrative that everyone's saying about me on those games. Mecca finally told me what the problem was. If you had just told me, I would have understood. Like, yeah. She's like, it's not really about what other people think. It's about you not considering me and my feelings.
Yeah.
I try to consider you all the time. And I feel like you are just not a safe space for me. And you should be a safe space for me as my spouse. He's like, well, the thing is, like, I have PTSD from having partners that cared about what other people think. It's like, what? And she falls for this. She's like, oh, yeah. That's what that was? No, that's not what that was. That's just him being a schmuck.
That's him trying to find an excuse for you to have pity on him.
Yes. She says, I don't want to change you. I don't want to change you. I just want you to be considerate of me when you talk about people. Well, then he's going to have to change because that's just not who he is.
Right.
He's like, I really like you, Tori. I really like you. You're everything I don't have, which is going to be an evolving theme for Felipe of like,
yes, love bomber,
and just kind of like you give me so much. That's why I like you so much.
And you actually give me nothing, Felipe.
Yeah, I get nothing from you, and I give you everything. That's the dynamic of their relationship.
The car literally breaks down. You sit there and rub my arm as if that's what I need.
Got nothing.
It was just so. It was for them to even have this conversation. I was just like, dang, they not broken up.
Come on, we thought something was happening here.
It's over.
Yeah. So yes, they have made up. They start cuddling, and everything's all hunky dory again. I can't say hunky anymore. I think about Courtenay. You're hunky, Nick. I think you're hunky.
You're a hunky dude.
You're hunky. So we get a couple of different looks into other dates. Michelle and Cam go horseback riding for a date. We do get a FaceTime between Nikki and Sean. He tells us he misses Nikki so much. He likes how much they're keeping in touch while he's away. Tori and Felipe go do an archery thing. Marissa and Adam are going on, were these like mountain bikes, I guess?
And they were riding bikes.
Just like every other activity that Adam has to do. She's like, I don't like this. This is not what I want to be doing. He's like, I could take you to a winery. Wouldn't that be boring? She's like,
I'm not one of those boring guys that just takes you to a winery.
It's like, oh yeah, a winery. That would have been terrible, says Marissa.
That would have been her dream.
That would have been awful. Kaitlyn and Devin have another intimacy talk. And she says, I acknowledged I was combative in our discussion last night. And she really seems to relish in the fact that she is combative and toxic. She laughs about it. She's like, oh, that's just what I do. I'm like, okay. He tells her, listen, in a confessional, he says, taps and back scratches are not cues to like further affection. They're just not. So they talk about their communication. He says, listen, we've had a lot of lack of communication. She goes, well, it takes years to master communication. We have made strides, but especially compared to where we were. Like, so you just think everything takes decades and years. Affection and communication.
Yes.
That's just your thing. Everything takes a long time.
That's her default.
Yeah. He says, for me, romantic connection is necessary. And you can't give me these like sly green lights. You need to be like overt in your green lights. She said, well, I just thought I was showing natural ways to show that I was into you. It's like, okay, yeah, but our conversations cannot go the way they went last night. You were shutting me down. It was super toxic, and it just wasn't what I'm looking for. So we get some more girl talk. Michelle spills the beans about what Cam said that Mecca said about Belle's chest situation. I'll call it that.
Yeah.
Okay. And Belle is rightfully downtrodden, of course. She's crestfallen about this, you might say. The fact that I don't even think it's a fact about the boobs. It's the fact about like he said this to people.
Mm-hmm. And he vocalized this in a group of people in front of the cameras, and this is brand new information to me. Nothing that he's ever expressed.
Yep. And Belle says, he's talking about me. Do you think I wanted a man that painted his nails? Do you think that's what I was looking for? Like, ooh.
She said, finally, I can say it.
Yeah. She says, I am sick of men feeling the need to humble me. I was like, oh, get him, girl. Get him.
Yep, that's exactly it. And Nikki's like, wait, that's exactly what's happening to me.
Hold on, guys. I think we're all in bad relationships. Michelle goes, not me. And Nikki's like, hey, you know something? My guy said some bad crap about me too. He said that I was a Seattle 10, but a New York 7. And the girl's like, he said that about you?
Yeah.
Excuse me? And in confessional, Nikki wonders, like, am I going to have to cater to Sean in order for him to be a good husband? Do I have to like baby him and like, you know, make him feel good all the time, make him a good husband? And I was like, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Which if you choose to continue with him, that's what it's going to be. You shouldn't have to do that. You don't deserve that in a relationship.
Nope. And a confessional, Michelle says she just wants to shake these women. She sees what they're all going through and just wants to shake them out of this.
Right. So we get dinner with the couples. They sit down for dinner, and I was like, is this about to be like another group dinner? You know, they've been having dinners. Is this just gonna just kind of like the mood? Is it going to just transfer over from their past dinners?
I was like, who's gonna ring the dinner bell?
Right. So Felipe, he goes like, well, somebody had asked him a question. He's like, well, give me 5 seconds before I start speaking. Let me think. They're like, whoa, he's grown. Yeah. But Tori does say neither of them are upfront communicators. And so now she's kind of taking the stance of like, we're a united front. We have gone through this hard thing. We've talked it through. Now it seems like she's more comfortable speaking on their behalf, both their behalves. So Belle shares with the group that Mecca just has a way of saying things. And Michelle's like, yeah, he just hasn't always been very respectful towards you. So then Nikki speaks up and she's like, I can relate. You know, I feel like I softened when Sean started to be kinder, and it like the attraction grew for me. Like she's like, I actually miss him.
Everybody's like, sure.
She's like, can y'all believe? Can y'all believe that I actually miss that man?
No, we don't.
They're like, we don't miss him. So how do you?
You have to live with it.
And so then Belle out of nowhere goes, I love Sean, but for you, no, not for you. Heck no. And then everybody's like, whoa, okay. And it, you know, this is fresh off of learning the Seattle versus New York comment. And so Nikki shares, she's like, well, this is what happened. This is what he said. And Belle's like, yeah, he's trying to humble you. And anybody who talks like that is insecure. And she just like goes off.
Anybody that talks like that about me, I mean you, is insecure in themselves. And I just love the camera shooting to Mecca like, she's talking about you, Mecca. She's talking about you.
So then the conversation, so, you know, Belle gets in her 2 cents with that. And then Michelle speaks up and is like, look, I just want you to know your value, Nikki. Like, know that you're way more special than just trying to get to decision day. But Nikki clearly takes offense to this.
Well, Michelle kind of put it, I don't think she was talking directly to Nikki. She kind of put it out in the group. She's like, I just think people deserve more than what they're getting. And I don't think people should just be trying to stick it out until decision day.
Yeah.
And Nikki's like, oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah, Nikki was like, okay, that is a wild, which is that should be the theme of the season. She's like, that's a wild assumption to think that some people are just here for optics. And Michelle's like, I know you've been trying. And Nikki's like, I'm gonna call BS. Like we all have different relationships, and is basically implying you're no better just because your relationship is working out. We all have different stuff going on. Don't generalize.
Bro, Michelle's about to get jumped in the shower. Okay, she done pissed off Belle. She done pissed off Nikki. Like she done pissed off everybody because she's like, oh, we're the perfect little couple. Like I think the rest of you are all here for the wrong reasons. I'm like, why are you subtweeting everybody with your little comments, Michelle? Right. That's why nobody likes you. Damn.
So they get up from the dinner, and Mecca goes beelines to Kaitlyn, and he's like, a little feisty, right? He's like, was that being said towards me? Like, I've never seen that attitude or demeanor before. Talking about Belle.
Is that about me? Yeah, doofus. Yeah, idiot. What do you think? And the fact, it's enough of what this man has done. But to go to another woman and be like, check her out. Look at her. Huh?
Right. It's like just the person I wanted to talk to.
Ugh.
Which is just like that's icky. Like
Right,
that.
yeah.
What are you doing? Like your immediate reaction to her being upset is, oh, I'm gonna go talk to Kaitlyn about this, rather than, Belle, are you okay? Like, do we need to go talk? Like, was that about us? It was so annoying. So anyway, after this, they do end up going upstairs after he's consulted Kaitlyn.
His
And
confidant out of nowhere.
yes,
Like,
out of
where
nowhere.
did this come from? Where did storyline come from?
Exactly. And so they go upstairs and she was like, I was told some specifics about attraction. And he's like, from who? She's like, Michelle. He's like, well, what did Michelle say? She's like, let's not focus on that. She's just like, basically tells him that like there was no consideration. He's like, well, I was just talking in confidence to my boys
In front
of these cameras.
And so, okay, like let's address like a couple of things here. I was talking to my boys. It's such a high school mentality, first of all.
He's 14 years old.
Yeah. It's one thing to talk about your relationship, to talk about maybe some struggles you had. Like it's normal for people to talk to their friends about struggles and things like that. But to the level that he did it, and to what he said about his wife's looks, his wife's body, that is way out of bounds in any situation. I was talking about with he goes, it was in confidence with the boys. I didn't think it would come back to you. Like,
oh, so now I gotta be concerned about things that you say that you don't think's gonna come back to me. That it can just be as reckless. Yeah, it's so reckless. Like, oh, it doesn't matter what you say about me. That's like, you think Cameron said Michelle's my dream girl, thinking it's not gonna go back to her.
Yeah.
Like he knows the other guys are not gonna go back being like, can you believe Cameron said Michelle's his dream girl? No, he's speaking positively about her because he genuinely likes her.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have to be worried about saying stuff that Belle shouldn't hear if you were being genuine about how you feel.
Like, and forget all that. You have a microphone on you. There is a camera right 5 feet away from you. This is not in confidence. Forget the fact that it's the wrong thing to do in any situation. You're on camera. This is going to be on Peacock, for God's sakes.
Yeah. It was just ridiculous excuse. Not like, oh, I didn't mean it. Like, because at this point, he doesn't know the specifics on what she's heard. And so she just says, like, this is why she's held back. And we get a confessional from her where she's like, the Belle back at home wouldn't put up with half the stuff that she's putting up with here. And, you know, she has grown feelings for him, which is clouding her judgment. And she starts to cry. So they play another game. And it's called Spill or Thrill. They like, take a selfie and make it look scandalous. And then what was it? Who was it?
Tori and Marissa, I think.
Tori and Marissa. And they end up like, they peck. Which Kaitlyn wouldn't have been cool with because she doesn't even kiss Devin.
Well, so who knows what she'll do with anyone else besides Devin? We don't know.
Right. They said, what would you do if who's your hall pass? And Felipe's like, no one. I'm not saying nobody would be my hall pass, nobody. But if I had to say, Dua Lipa. Like, okay, he can't stop
That's safe because at least she knows that he has a crush.
It's an out of reach celebrity, yes.
Yeah. But you know the high school girl I cheated with? That probably that.
For sure. They asked like, what would you do if you found out your partner had an OnlyFans? And Kaitlyn's like, I just want to see all of the content. He said, what would you, if you found out your partner, if you got matched by mistake with someone, who would you want your new partner to be, like, of the group? And Belle is like, they asked Belle and Mecca, and Belle says, Tori. I love Tori.
Safe
and
answer.
They're like, oh, you're so safe.
Safe answer. You're not into women, but you know, just for a joke answer, you'll say Tori. Like, perfect, great.
This fool Mecca goes, oh, Michelle or Kate. Oh, y'all are on a nickname basis, first of all.
God damn it. This guy. Okay. Like, let's dig into this. Okay. He's upset about Belle not having certain attributes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so they ask him, who else would you pick besides your wife? He says, Michelle and Kaitlyn, who, listen, we all got eyes, right? You got eyes, I got eyes. You've seen all the other people we're talking about. The fact that he didn't say Nikki speaks volumes to me. The fact that he said he likes thicker women, okay? We all have eyes. We have eyes, okay? Yes, Nikki is considerably older than him, but whatever. We all have eyes. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there.
He's just not beating the allegations.
Not beating the allegations at all. He chose not Nikki, right? He chose Michelle.
And first of all, I mean, like, if we're looking even the game, you shouldn't even be asking this question, right? It's clearly to stir up drama.
Do we not learn our lesson from the Felipe and Tori situation last night? All that did was like, all right, we're not going to ask Felipe questions tonight. We're not going to do it tonight. We're not going to do it to him. We're going to do it to everybody else, though, and stir up even more trouble for everyone else.
Yes.
Like, we didn't learn lessons. I mean, but you know that producers are like, no, you're playing these games. Like, there's one thing we're doing in this retreat is playing these stupid little games, okay? We got it all set for you. We got all the little questions in a fishbowl. I mean, they didn't write those questions themselves. You know, producers did. Like, take this, ask the questions. That's what you're doing for this on-camera segment because we gotta get some drama. Yeah. So for him to choose Michelle and Kaitlyn, I was just like, wow.
Like, oh, you asked. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer two of your wives here without any concern about their relationships. Like, we already know he's not considering Belle in his comments. But he's not considering his boys either. He's like, yeah, if I had to pick of the women here, as if they're at some singles party where it's just a group of people. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there as Belle, like, so of this group, Michelle and Kaitlyn are who you would have been matched with. Who, please tell me anything we have. Like, just go ahead and like what would make her think, and there's already been this issue of attraction. And then you pick two women who couldn't look more different than her. So how does that not bring up any insecurities in her?
The correct answer was no answer.
Right.
That's never going to end well when you're like, oh, I'm attracted to this other person's wife over here.
Yes. He's just tomato, boo, 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 tomato, tomato, tomato. I can't
do it.
I can't.
But you will, just like Tori. I can't do this, but you will.
So Kaitlyn pulls Mecca to talk. Well, actually, Adam ends up making like a joke. He's like, all right, Felipe, 3 smoke shows walking here. What are you doing?
Oh, brother.
Like, why are you trying to push them to the limit? They already broke up and got back together. So anyway, Kaitlyn pulls Mecca to talk. They go outside. Everybody can see them in the backyard. And everybody's like, what are they possibly talking about?
Well, Adam's leading the party. Adam's like, what's going on over there? I wonder.
Yeah.
What's happening over there with your girls talking to Mecca? What's happening over there, Devin? It's like, Adam, shut up.
Right. And it was actually at this moment that I finally noticed that Mecca finally got his hair done.
Oh.
That man was wearing the same cornrows since the honeymoon, which is why he was always wearing a hat. And he finally got them freshly redone. I was like, good for you. So Kaitlyn is giving Mecca advice, like, sometimes you just can't say things. And we do get a confessional where Devin is starting to feel like Mecca is flirting with Kaitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
So we get this, like, they, of course, have a camera set up, like, production is done, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they have a camera set up in the retreat. And Devin and Kaitlyn and Mecca and Belle Jolie are like chilling on the couches.
It's 2:30 in the morning. That should be noted.
Yes.
Nothing good can happen at 2:30 a.m. in this situation.
Exactly.
And yeah, we see.
So Devin feels like Mecca has overstepped, and we get a flashback of like Mecca kissing Kaitlyn's hand, him playing with her hair. And when he kissed her hand, Belle Jolie was right there.
Right there.
So it's just like, okay, being overly affectionate with someone else's wife, that's not just your friend. Y'all all met at the same time. And then playing with her hair. And so they're all talking where, you know, Devin already feels like Mecca has overstepped.
It looked like Devin. It looked like Devin's called a house meeting. He's like, all right,
right.
Everyone sit down. We got to
Things
talk
are getting
about
a
this.
little escalated. And they're like, yeah, that's not even what it is. And as Devin's trying to talk, Kaitlyn tells him to shut the F up.
Devin, who is getting pretty heated himself and is like, get kind of inching closer into like Kaitlyn's like face and personal space. Like you see Belle, who's sitting behind Devin, kind of be like, hey, like just like trying to pull him back, like, oh, you get a little close, a little aggressive there, Dev.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I mean, you have to know the drinks were just flowing all night. These people are drunk off their ass. And so we've seen how Devin is when he's a little overserved.
Yeah.
And so this kind of was reminiscent of that, where, you know, he's getting a little heated.
Yeah. So what confuses me before we get to this conversation with Devin and Kaitlyn, because Devin ends up storming out because, you know, she tells him to shut up and he just had it with the disrespect and he tells her as such. Before we get to that, the next morning, Cameron woke up and was like, oh, I should just blast early 2000 music. And then we get a flashback to the night before, full-blown dance party, which I'm like, did that dance party happen before this sit down with Devin and Kaitlyn and Mecca and Belle Jolie? Like, it had to, right?
My inference was that was last night. That I think Cameron might have been complaining because like he probably went to bed and they were like having a party. He's like, y'all were disturbing with all your loud music last night. So that was
this is the final morning of the retreat. Like the next morning. Yeah. The night before was when Mecca and Belle Jolie, Devin and Kaitlyn had their conversation. And so I was wondering, because, you know, this is a very important conversation that Devin and Kaitlyn have after this, right? That night before. So did the dance party happen before they had the sit down?
Yes, yeah, so this is my timeline. Kaitlyn and Michelle go to bed, let's say 11:30. The dance party happens.
Kaitlyn and Michelle.
Did I say Cameron and Michelle?
Okay.
Cameron and Michelle go to bed 11:30. Let's say this dance party happened at 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
The other couples go to bed, leaving Belle and Mecca and Devin and Kaitlyn, where all this nonsense happens.
Yes.
At 2:30 in the morning. They go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. But because the thing I wanted to point out was during this dance party, Kaitlyn was twerking on Devin.
Yeah.
I was like,
I didn't notice that.
What?
That's interesting.
What? Yeah. I was like, because the timing is bizarre, because this is the type of like affection he's been asking for, any type of acknowledgement. You would think in this setting she'd be talking to anybody else or whatever, but she was dancing on him.
I mean, my thought is probably the Mecca Kaitlyn flirting happened after that moment, I would assume. And that's where he got like really upset. Because I mean, even if she is twerking on him and showing him like a little affection, it all gets kind of washed away with the Kaitlyn's flirting with Mecca.
I feel like it had happened all throughout the night because obviously Kaitlyn taking Mecca out to the backyard, talking. There was already flirtation happening. Yeah. And then like the little flashbacks we got was all just throughout the night. So Devin and Kaitlyn, that
hung the F over the next morning.
Yeah, the next morning she's like, I feel the exact same as last night. And he's like, I just feel like I can't get through to you. She's like you had Mecca's chain on. Like, what is right? And so he's like, I have literally nothing to hold on to in this relationship. And like, I'm not going to sit here and be disrespectful. And I've already told you, I don't want to be disrespected in conversation.
And that he says he's holding on to nothing. That's not even an overstatement. There's nothing going on.
Nothing.
Here. No affection.
A friendship.
No, I don't even know if there's that, because she wouldn't even tell the man she's leaving the house. She won't tell him good morning. Nothing. I don't even know if there's friendship here. Like when he says he has nothing to hold on to, that is 100% fact. There is nothing here.
Yeah, and he's like, you just don't get it. She's like, I would literally just strangle my friends if they were dealing with what I'm having to deal with. And he's just starts smiling. Because he's just like, I'd imagine he's just thinking the audacity of her to turn this on me and complain about me. And she's like, this is so juvenile. I just feel like I'm being nitpicked all the time. And she's like, as a human, you're fantastic, but clearly we're not compatible.
Like, this is juvenile. You are being the juvenile.
Right?
You are the juvenile in question.
Her and Mecca. Maybe they are. Maybe there should have been something explored there. So, so when they come out of their room, it's obviously awkward because they just broke up, and so they do not look happy. And Devin tells everybody, so yeah, me and Kaitlyn are calling it. I'm gonna head back to Seattle. We just don't see eye to eye. And she says she's just tired of the emotional weight she's been carrying while constantly arguing. And she was like, I was like just so confused. He said, it's because you don't listen, which is so funny because that moment reminded me of Nick and Courtney breaking up, because it was like, y'all still arguing and it's over. Oh, so goodness. So Adam takes it upon himself, because him and Marissa have not been challenged any recently. So he just feels like he's in the clear, and he's like, oh, so I heard there were some rumors of a couple swap last night.
Adam the instigator.
But we did get a confessional from Mecca where he's like, I just see Kaitlyn as like a really, 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 really good friend. And he's like, and apparently there's a point in the night, it just went too far for Devin.
And he sees her as a really, really, really good friend who he earlier in the night said that if it wasn't Belle, it might be Kaitlyn.
Exactly.
So that should tell you
there's
everything
no
you need to know.
String that connects his comments. Same for Felipe. They just say things and they're just like, hey, I'm not liable for what just came out of my mouth. That's just me being me.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. So Kaitlyn now has to get a ride back with somebody because Devin went back separate. So she's going to go back with Michelle and Cameron. Devin does take it upon himself to go say bye to Mecca and Belle Jolie. And Mecca's like, oh, I can't help but feel responsible.
Mecca, who's like the king of, like, you know, self-deprecation. Like, oh, I did it again. I messed up again. Oh, bad Mecca. Mecca been bad again. Mecca a bad boy. Mecca did bad again. Yes, Mecca, you did bad again.
And Devin's just like, look, that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't all that. But then he does do a confessional where he's like, Mecca overstepped.
Yeah.
And Belle gives, Devin a hug, and Devin's like, what can you do? Like in a confessional, he said he came in here ready, but he can't do this with someone who has only had one toe in. He thinks she's amazing. But he's like, you just have to let me in a bit. And then on Kaitlyn's side of things, she's crying. She said this experiments did push her in a lot of positive ways, and she has felt very vulnerable, but she just felt so misunderstood. She's never been more misunderstood in her life.
Yeah, and I guess it's a good time to like eulogize this relationship, because it's like they're just two totally separate people in relationship styles. Where Kaitlyn, as much as she talked about her toxic past or toxic relationships, it seems like for Kaitlyn it takes two to toxic, right? It's just like she also contributes to that, because we saw her being toxic in this relationship, and so it feels like that's the kind of relationship she is used to. And when she didn't get that, she didn't know what to do with it. She freaked out. She's just like, I don't know how to feel about this. This is weird to me. So I'm gonna turn away from this. This is what I'm used to. Yeah. When Devin is someone that is not, as he says, he's not trying to be toxic, although he does portray some toxic traits, definitely, with him saying so many things, though, so many times, I'm not trying to be toxic. I don't want to be disrespectful. We have witnessed him being kind of disrespectful sometimes. So I think he practice what you preach, buddy. But
exactly.
Yeah. So they're two very different styles of communication, two very different styles of being in a relationship. As he said, he was diving in. She barely had a toe in. Yeah. And that's just who they are as people. And you weren't going to get past that. I think the experts see these two people that like to party, that like to have fun, that are outgoing, without really considering like who they were as like lovers in a relationship. You know, like
Yeah.
that was the fatal flaw here.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, everybody's saying their goodbyes. Kaitlyn says goodbye to Felipe, and he's like, even though you're a divorcee, I'll still be friends with you.
Shut up, Felipe.
I know.
I love when she was leaving with Cameron and Michelle. They're like, look, it looks like she's their kid.
Right.
She's like, you're picking up from the worst sleepover ever. Thought,
yeah. Okay. It's funny how there were multiple carpools that came out of this. So
yeah.
Kaitlyn's going back with Michelle and Cameron. Nikki drove Mecca and Belle. Belle was in the front seat. Mecca was in the back seat.
Which I was like, wait, I was trying to like move this puzzle in my head. I was like, how did Mecca and Belle get there in the first place?
Right. I'm like, didn't we see that? Did they
Is
drive?
Nikki driving their car? Because
right.
you know, you figure maybe Sean took his car back to wherever he went to go fly across the country. So is Nikki driving their car? What's going on?
And then Adam and Marissa drove Felipe and Tori because Felipe and Tori's car broke down.
Oh, you know what? I had not even put that together. I was thinking at the time, I was like, did Nikki and Adam and Marissa and Felipe and Tori drive up together? Totally forgetting.
No, the car.
In the car, yeah.
So, in Nikki and Belle Jolie's car, Mecca.
Oh, Mecca been bad again. Mecca been a bad boy.
I'm such an idiot. Like sometimes you just gotta be honest with yourself. You're such an idiot.
It starts to ring as like untrue that you feel bad about this.
Absolutely. Like, even starts. It's been that way.
It happens so often. I actually don't think you feel bad about these things. I think you just like that's just you're fine with being who you are, and you just have these false apologies all the time. Oh, what was me? I guess I just can't do anything right. Like at a certain point, it's on you.
Yeah, exactly. And so Belle has to be like, don't call yourself an idiot.
Yeah, the same song and dance we've been doing the past 6 weeks. Oh, you're a good guy. You're not bad, Mecca. You're a good boy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna be your life, Mecca. I mean, Becca, oh my God.
Belle.
That's gonna be your life, Belle, if you say yes on decision day.
In Adam and Marissa and Felipe and Tori's car, the only memorable thing is Adam says, you guys walked so Devin and Kaitlyn could run.
Okay. I was like, all right, that was pretty funny.
That was actually funny.
I enjoyed that.
It's like, which is true.
Yep,
like they did the test, they did the trial run of the breakup so that Devin and Kaitlyn could feel comfortable enough to end things. Then they got back together.
Yeah.
So Sean and Nikki are at home. He returns home and he's like, oh, I can tell how do I know my wife's home? So many ways. I was like, what did you mean by, was she cooking or something?
Well, I think her bags are at the door. He's like, because you don't unpack anything.
They do kiss. She says she made some tea so she could stay up for him.
She's like, is that camera on up there? Yeah, come over here and kiss me.
Is this the right angle? There are so many angles.
This angle is at the front door. Yeah, yes. Like, how many cameras we got in this apartment?
It's like at least 5. So Felipe and Tori. So Felipe actually meets with his mom and his friend. And he says, like, there's this huge weight on his shoulders with decision day coming up. And like, she's incredible, but it hasn't been perfect. And he feels like he can't be his true self with her. He feels like he gets in trouble when he's his true self. When he says reckless things that do not take her into consideration. That's him being his true self.
And we get a true insight into why Felipe is Felipe, because his friend goes, oh, we just know you are who you are. And you say some crazy stuff, but we love you anyway. Like, that's why he thinks.
Stupid stuff. Yeah. You say some stupid stuff and we just know you mean no harm.
Yeah. But see, that's why he thinks he can do these things and get away with them, because y'all treat him like that. No one straightened him out in his early life. So that's why he thinks he can say whatever he wants. And you should be fine with it. I'm just being me. When being you sucks, you need to change it. Like that's the long and the short of it.
I mean, it just goes to show your inability to grow as a person. You just think, oh, that's who I am. That's who I am. Nothing can be changed or modified. And if I change this, it's changing who I am. Okay, then that shows like a lack of maturity, because no one's perfect. Everyone has things they can improve upon, especially when you get into a new relationship and you have someone new to consider. You can't even apply the same things in one relationship that you would to another relationship because everybody's different. That's why you got to get to know a person.
Yep.
But yeah, this was very eye-opening because he's just like, I just got to know if single life is better or married life with Tori is better. Just take a leap of faith. Tori FaceTimes her sister. She's like, we had a big breakup and we almost broke up. I'm like, girl, y'all broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got back together.
For probably 9 hours. Y'all were single again.
Right. And so, she's torn because she feels like them going through this big argument and like coming out of it is more of a green flag than a red flag because it shows they can go through something hard. Which kind of goes back to when they were talking about, we've never fought. Like, I wonder what's going to be like when we fight. And says,
yeah, I mean, in thinking about the fight, I guess like he came around to kind of see her side, I guess, once Mecca explained it to him.
Yeah, he needed a man to mansplain how she was feeling. Got it.
Yes, I mean, I guess it ended positively, their fight. It's like I guess she's right in that. Just be like, well, we know about, and that's the problem with Devin and Kaitlyn. Their fighting styles also are totally mismatched.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like Tori and Felipe, as animated as Felipe was, they at least were able to keep it civil, to keep it, to get at the facts, to explain themselves clearly, even though what Felipe was saying was dumb. So I guess in that facet, it's like, yeah, it's good that we fought because we realized that we can have a fight. We can come back around. We can talk about it. We can get past it.
Yeah. Mecca and Belle Jolie go on a little date. And they end up seeing like a lock that had like Daddy and Belle on it. And he's like, have we been here before?
Yup.
That reminds me. Me and Sarah were trying to do the goofy laugh yesterday. Trying to see who was better at it. Yeah. So she says this weekend was all bad. Just straight like that. And he's like, well, there's probably a large part of you that thinks you shouldn't have to go through these things.
Oh, yes. Like large as in the all of me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it felt like he's trying to like say it before she can say it. He's like trying to get ahead of it. Because she's just like, well, I feel like I've learned a lot about myself. And he's just like, it's all damage I've created. Like, I've been beating myself up. Like, my energy was all the way off. Yeah.
Mecca bad boy.
I was cocky. Like, that's not who I am. Like, I know how to treat you. I know how to be respectful. Like, I want it to work. I want you to say yes. But if the totality of my actions have equated to you saying no, then I have no choice but to be understanding. It's like, why are you laying out the red carpet for her to say no rather than doing your job as a husband and trying to preserve this relationship? That just shows us you don't want this.
It's called self-sabotage. Mecca is well-versed in it at this point.
Oh, he just like this fake act of trying to act like you want to see this through is so tired at this point. We're 18 episodes in. Yeah. We see the writing on the wall. We see that you don't want this. So anyway, we get a confessional from her saying like she knows it's not her job to heal him, but there's a part of her that just wants to be a part, like wants to contribute to him being a better person.
You were so close, Belle. You were so close. She goes, I know it's not my job to fix him. All right, stop. That's all you need to cut.
Right.
But I want to see it through. Basically, I want to see it through because I can fix him. I can fix him.
So annoying.
So annoying.
It's like, girl, every time you take like where she was at the retreat, I was like, yes. Like it felt like we've been shaking her this whole time and she finally saw the light. And now that she's back in Seattle, it's like, but I do like him and I do want to like help him get better. I owe it to him.
Like, I keep telling myself not to fall in love with potential, but I see so much good that he can be.
When the potential is there, I'm going to work hard to build him up for the next woman.
Exactly.
Literally what's going to happen.
Yes.
So we find out Adam and Marissa somehow have caught COVID and influenza B. They are out down for the count. He says they are fighting for their lives. It feels like he's been hit by a truck and dragged under his jet ski for an hour. They are cuddling on the couch and being sick together. I'm like, how did they get sick and nobody else got sick?
True. I also say, how in the world did these two become like the second best couple? Like, what is happening?
Fell into it.
In what world?
It's because these other couples were forced to talk about the things that are wrong. Whereas Adam and Marissa is just like, you see there's still no growth because they ended up talking on a balcony here and talking about decision day and living after. And he's like, yeah, so like we could get a new place together, join a gym, see how you like working out together.
But that's not fair. That's not fair, Aysha. He did say he was willing to give up his hobo shack and live close to her job. So that's the compromise. They'll live close to her job so her commute isn't bad and she'll go to the gym more with him. Compromise.
I don't think he meant giving it up. I think he meant getting an additional place.
Either way, he could have been like, no, you're moving in the hobo shack with me.
I don't know. I just feel like it's just like lip service at this point until they address real issues.
I mean, I think of all our couples, they don't have that many issues, to be honest.
She's still tiptoeing on being honest with herself. She even says, like, are we too late on the compromise stuff? Because they haven't actually compromised yet. Like, they're talking about doing the thing, but not doing the thing.
The final exam is tomorrow. And you're like, should we open a book?
Right. No, we should just vibe.
Just
like
vibes.
We know the subject. It's just like, because even she says in her confessional, the hopeless romantic in me is hoping for a miracle. She needs a miracle in order to say yes on decision day.
Yeah.
They're in this fantasy land that he's perfectly fine with.
He's perfectly content. And I think she can convince herself that she can also be perfectly content.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they're like still in this and still like the second strongest couple.
Yeah. Tori and Felipe finally go through their
Did you skip a Nikki and Sean segment? My notes. Nikki and Sean.
Oh, yeah. They before Adam and Marissa got sick, Nikki and Sean went to dinner, like a little dinner date. And
to dinner, please.
she shares like she learned a lot. She's like, the theme of the weekend was that, there are men who a lot of them are with men who aren't respectful in regards to appearance. She shares the comment that Mecca made and how it reminded her of her comment that she received from him about being a 10 in Seattle and a 7 in New York. And he's like, but do you remember right before that, you grabbed my belly fat and you said, look at you. And I was like, wait, we're both not all that. And he says, so I was hurt, so that's why I said it.
Which in his mind is a perfectly reasonable reason to insult his wife. Which, is it good that she did that? No, that's not good that she did it. But then to just in the moment, like, I'm also going to fire my shot. I'm also going to choose violence instead of being open, being vulnerable, saying, hey, I don't appreciate that type of comment about like my appearance and my, my situation I got going on here. Because listen, that was not nice of Nikki to do that at all.
Right.
But the fact to be like, all right, you shot your shot, I'm gonna shoot mine now, just to like cognitively be aware of that.
Right.
Like,
I mean, it feels like the move here was acknowledge what Nikki has said and how it hurt her. Right. I'm sorry, I didn't realize like that hurt your feelings that way.
He didn't realize
I think
he meant to hurt.
Well, he did it. Yes, true. But I'm saying he didn't acknowledge it in a way to be like apologetic for how it hurt her, and then bring up, well, if you don't remember, this was what happened, and this is how I felt. Then it would have been an opportunity for be like, hey, I'm sorry, I did not remember her, which she did apologize, but his was like in full retaliation.
I just thought it was so funny because, it's the fact that he wants to go tit for tat and retaliate against his wife, to
Yes.
knowingly wound his wife because he was wounded, is a whole other realm. But it's just kind of funny that Nikki didn't remember that she did this, and that she had, like, I'm sure Sean at some point is thinking, wow, she really sat up there that whole retreat and was bad mouthing me, like letting other people like think this about me without knowing, in his mind, without knowing that I was truly like in my right to do that because she said something about me first. Like, how old are you? 10 years old?
Right. So now that you know why I did it, does that make sense?
Yeah, he's got to be
now
mad
that you know I retaliated.
He's got to be mad she was able to just badmouth him the whole retreat without like knowing in his mind the full story.
Right. So she's just like, okay, I want to make sure that we can like fight fair.
And I don't even think the levels were matching, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Nikki definitely should not have done that. That was definitely not cool at all. But then for him to like kind of hit her with the haymaker after she hit him with a jab is like crazy talk.
Yeah, like she tapped him on the shoulder and he said, "Whoa,
bam, knock you out." TKO.
Right. Don't touch me. So Tori and Felipe finally go through their wedding album. And this is where he continues to like love bomb her. He's like, you complete me in so many ways. Like, I feel myself falling for you. And it's just one of those things where like, yeah, it's all nice and dandy to hear, but her issues aren't, I guess, how he feels about her. Like, she's never questioned, does he have feelings for her?
Or does he like her?
Yeah. So everybody goes on a final date, or this is all part of like the final dates before decision day. So Michelle and Cameron, he has on like a suit jacket and like slacks, and they talk about like he brings a framed picture from their wedding day. He's like, we're gonna put it in our West Seattle home. She's most worried about the distance, but you know, she's like, we'll figure it out with the job situation. He's like, but you love your job. She's like, but I like you more. And so she's just worried about him communicating his feelings if he is ever feeling trapped. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm an overthinker too.
Yeah.
She's like, he's her ride or die. And she mentioned that in her vows before she even knew him. She starts crying and she's so happy it's reciprocated, and he starts crying, and it's just like all very sweet. And we get a confessional from her where she's like, you know, all that matters is that they love each other and they haven't said it yet. And she's like, but he hasn't been in a serious relationship. So should I say it first?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's just like, I mean, he's not going to even be aware when he should say it. So maybe I should get the ball rolling. Because listen, I know he feels it. So I think if I go ahead and say it first, he'll probably follow suit.
Exactly. So I thought this was going to be a segue into them saying it. But they go on a Ferris wheel. She asked him about decision day. He's like, I'm very excited to decide. And we get a confessional where she thinks he'll say yes.
Yep.
So Mecca and Belle Jolie. They're talking, and Mecca says, like, oh yeah, Michelle and Cameron, like, they're the only ones on Yes Island. And Belle's like, I think Tori and Felipe and Marissa and Adam are on Yes Island too. Like, we're maybe swimming around it. He's like, we or you? And you got to be careful with Mecca, because he could mean she's swimming around a yes and he's a hard no.
Yeah, I ain't anywhere near an island. I'm in the metropolitan city. I'm not even thinking about taking a train or a boat, whatever, to an island. I'm not thinking about no islands. I don't even watch Survivor. That's how much I don't even look at islands. I'm not on an island. You on an island by yourself, girl. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, he definitely could have meant that.
He totally could have meant like he is nowhere close.
It's like, where are you? Are you like on the boat on the way to Yes Island? She's like,
right.
Yeah, I am. He's like, oh, good, because I'm nowhere near an island.
I'm still at shore. I didn't even put on my my life jacket. I'm not even thinking about it.
And why are we talking so much about modes of transportation to a destination that is love?
Right.
First, we driving around the neighborhood to love. Now we get on a boat to go to an island of love.
Yes. So she's like, you think you can read my mind, huh? And he's like, yeah, like, I think you're just like so attracted to me, but you think like, oh, this guy gets on my nerves. And he's like, what do you need to say yes?
The way that he hasn't learned anything through these 5 weeks, it's like, you in love, you really like me, huh? You really attracted to me, huh? Like, haven't you learned that that's not like a good thing to be doing and saying all the time?
Yeah, exactly. She says she needs self-respect. And she, you know, and she's thinking about like how he's handled these situations and taking responsibility, and she likes that. And he says like, you know, this consistent growth in my attraction has made me fall in love with like who you are at your core, like the way you care, the way you're nurturing. Then we get a confessional from her. She's like, he's saying he loves all these things about me, but those are what make me me. So like, what's stopping him from saying he loves me?
It's not a good sign. Not a good sign. It's going to keep following you in your relationship if you say yes. Do you think if we had those, do you think if we had those extra 2 weeks, we get some more love talk? Like, you know, because we went from 8 to 6. Maybe we had those 2 weeks back there, we would be some more L talk. There hasn't been a whole lot of love talk.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think if anything, we would maybe get it from Cameron and Michelle, but Adam and Marissa, no. I think they would still be just vibing.
Just vibing, bro.
Yeah. Everyone starts packing up because now it's time for one of them to leave the apartment. Michelle and Cameron, like, Michelle leaves and he misses her already before she even leaves. With Adam and Marissa, Adam's like, it's heartbreaking, like, to see her pack her stuff up. Like, I could live with her for months.
So I was like,
not years.
Are you tipping your hand that you're going to say no? Like, right. He's like, you know, ideally, I keep living with her for months, as if this is going to end you living together. Like, well, that was fun, but I wish I could do it for a lot longer, but I can't because it's over now.
I'm so caught up on months. Boy, if y'all are gonna be married, it should be years. Yep. Mecca and Belle Jolie are like, they're kissing a lot when they say goodbye. And, you know, this could be their final goodbye. We don't even know because we don't know where Mecca's head is. And another thing, we needed Belle's perspective on the whole Kaitlyn thing. Yes. They never once showed her opinion about all of that. We only saw Devin's disdain, but Belle had to be fed up with that.
And I really feel like that's more of Belle being like, I don't want to say it on camera. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say that. I want to keep it cute. I want to look good. Because you like the look on her face when all this was happening was just like, this mother. Mm-hmm. But she's like, I'm not going to say it on camera. Not going to do it.
She has to feel away.
Gotta.
Yeah. So Tori and Felipe are saying their goodbyes, and he feels like his fear of commitment is working overtime, saying no. And no, you're not going to say married to this person. So he's trying to fight that. So he sounds like he's a no trying to become a yes. Mm-hmm. Nikki and Sean. So he asked if she's already made a decision. She's like, I haven't. Like, I'm going to pray. And he's like, ooh, look at you. Going to pray. So they're putting her wedding dress in a garment bag. And he's like, all right, how does it feel to be packing up your dress? She's like, you know, it feels like an end of a chapter. Like, I'm wondering what's next in this next chapter. Like, what's it going to look like? He's like, now I'm going to ask you to answer with a feeling word. Which I already told you, I can't stand about him. I can't stand when he does that. It's just like instant assigning homework.
It's also him correcting her.
Yes.
Like, I told you to tell me how you felt. You didn't tell me how you felt. You said some other things, but there wasn't a feeling word in there. Like, why do you always have to be like in your professor teaching mode? Like, that's so terrible.
Like, I am your partner. And for him to say this, it seems like, okay, you weren't pleased with my answer. So now I'm going to give you a better answer because you've asked this, right? So she starts by saying, like, I'm really proud of like taking this hard step, going through this wild experience. And she's like going on and on, like giving him an in-depth answer. And he's like, oh, all right, I didn't ask you to give me a whole speech.
Oh,
okay, I won't say anything else.
When he said the give me a feeling word, I wrote in my notes, F you, Sean. And then when he said, I don't need a whole speech, I said F you times 2. That's ridiculous.
And then he's in a confessional. My friend, I could say that to any of my friends. Go date your friends. Like, why? Everyone's so caught up with what is allowed with their friends. compared to their partner.
I ain't your little friends. I'm not.
Gosh. And so now she's mad, rightfully so. She's really mad that he cut her off. She said, don't cut me off. Don't tell me to like answer that question again. Then he interrupts her and he's like, lower your tone. Don't scream at me. She was not her, like, God forbid a woman have passion behind her voice.
God forbid.
If anything, if that's screaming, I've been screaming this whole podcast.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but you kind of what happened. Take it down a notch, Asia. Take it down a notch.
And so that set me off, and I was not Nikki in that moment. So he says, okay, so he's like, this is not helpful. Let's focus on how you feel, how you were impacted.
Let's use the tools, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. The love expert Sean speaks again. Let's use our toolbox. Let's get our tools out. Okay.
And so she's like, I'm just frustrated. And she's like, I am frustrated and I want to be able to express my full authentic self. And I feel like I'm talking to a therapist.
The mask is she was like, this is the last day. I was gonna keep my mask on for 2 more hours. This is it. Then I'm free. Yes. I'm home free. And he had to go yank her mask off right before it's over. She's like, all right, now. I mean, listen, the mask is still pretty much on. She's still keeping it cute. She's still just being like, keep it calm. Because you could tell when he was like, now use a feeling word. You can see look on her face like,
oof.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
In for 3, out for 4.
You can just see look on her face like, I only have to deal with this man for 30 more minutes, and then I'm out. Then I'm free.
So then she does give him a hug. And so, we get a confessional from her. Like she just wonders, is she gonna get the sweet Sean or like the real Sean? So we actually get to decision day. We get the start of Tori and Felipe.
Boy, if this show wasn't trying to copy off Love is Blind before, now it's just like it's super.
Well, this actually reminded me of Age of Attraction.
True, but also because Love is Blind, we get like the first wedding and we get like the right up to the decision.
Oh yeah, that part. Mm-hmm. But then meeting
Tori and Felipe.
Yes.
Decision day.
Yes.
And the Love is Blind song.
I was like, is this the before they walk into the experts? Oh no, this is it. Next time they talk to experts will be the reunion.
Did you find that weird? We had no experts in this whole drop.
Yeah, I did find that weird. I mean, they did prep us by being like, this is the last group session. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that was the last time we'd see them. So we get to their decision day. They're kind of talking about their relationship. So in confessionals. So Tori's saying, she's had wave emotions of all the good times and the rockiness. She likes that he's the life of the party. She loves hearing his laugh across the room. Their hearts are similar, but
that's love.
That's love, right?
That's love. Put it with that laugh. That is love right there.
Because he has his loud, boisterous laugh, but then he also has his. I'm like, he developed that when he was 5 and he never let it go. And so she's like, but it is weird and confusing at times when he's unsure about commitment. And so on Felipe's side, he's conflicted and he knows he wants to be with her, but he doesn't know if he's the man that she deserves. It's like, okay, now him and Mecca cut from the same cloth. He said he was so naive in the beginning. But he's like, if you create Felipe's wife in a lab, it's Tori. And said he may be able to convince Tori that this is real. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
you have to convince her, then this.
Then that's a problem.
Yeah, it's an issue.
So we get to them in this like out on this grass with like Seattle in the background, and he has flowers for her, and she does not look happy. She walks up and says, "Hey, I'm here."
When she said, I was like, that was very casual.
Hey, I mean that's why I was like, this can't be decision day. But it is.
And she walked up, hey, asshole, turn around.
Right. Hey, I'm here. Wow. Okay.
Like, do you think production at that point is like, we should really come up with a better like mechanism
Right.
to have to figure out when to turn around, because that was lackluster.
We gave them too much freedom.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here.
And so he's like, everything requires a leap of faith. She has everything he wants in a partner. He loves the way she cares for people, like even bringing him breakfast when she's been up all morning already. He's laughing.
Again, he can only speak in things that she has done for him.
Yep, that's it. He said he's never wavered how he's felt about her. It all what
Matre, bring the AV card out here with the flashbacks to all the times. He said, I just don't know if I can be single. I don't know. I keep finding ways to get out of this relationship.
Even thinking as if you're trying to be semantics, because he's saying, I have never changed how I feel about you. Think back to the retreat that we just talked about an hour ago, where he was saying, we're just not compatible. Like, you don't see me. I feel misunderstood, all this stuff. Throughout
you were ready to end it 24 hours ago.
Yes. And during all of this, she has no facial expressions. I said, like, is she okay?
I was so confused. I said, what's going on?
I was so confused. She was also so confused because we get a confessional where she says she's so confused. After she moved out, they had a conversation. He dropped a bomb on her and she's hurt. Like, it was cruel and heartless. And so I'm like, okay, well, before we speculate, she tells him, I really like you. He's like, I really like you.
I think she said, I really liked you. I clocked that. I was like, did you say I really liked with the D on the end? As if I don't like you no more?
Right. Yeah. So she's like, it's important to be honest. And she's like, do you think what you told me is normal? And he's like, I regret it. And then cut the episode. Cliffhanger to next week.
How dare you, show? How dare you? Now they have given us some hella good cliffhangers this season. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was like, that was good. Yeah,
that was good.
So, what do you think he told her?
My theory, wild as it may be, which if you think about it, might even be wild for Felipe. Maybe a suggestion of an open relationship.
I actually thought that too. Okay. I thought that too, because I'm like, he probably is thinking, okay, if I'm in between single life and a life with Tori, maybe if she's open to doing both, and I could just be honest with her when I'm with other girls, then that's the best of both worlds.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the most likely option.
Yeah.
It could be something just totally wild and off the wall.
It could be, yeah.
And we have no idea. But I think a lot of people are probably going to guess that as well. Of like, probably is an open relationship because he's a horn dog.
It has to be something that he thought was totally okay. And she's like so thrown off. And like, if we think about their religious differences,
yeah,
like she's probably like, that's so far-fetched from what I would picture for my marriage. And he's like, hey, why not?
And I think he probably presented this as like, I have the perfect solution to our problem. Like,
yes.
You really want to be in a marriage with me. I really want to be in a marriage with you, but also I kind of want to have sex with other women too. So I think the thing is, we just have an open relationship. And you know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. And there's no secrets. There's no lies. Best of both worlds, right? She's like,
exactly.
F are you talking about? And the fact that he came in here to this decision day and acted just like everything's normal. Like, I love it. She's like,
I'm just gonna win her over. She wasn't down for the open relationship. Speculation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, let's be like, she's not having it. He's doing the whole like, ooh, doopy doopy lovey dovey thing. She's like, no. We gotta talk about what you said to me. Because it's obvious he thought this was gonna be like between them, right? I think he's surprised that she brought this up at this decision day.
Yeah. He thought it was just like, oh, it was a suggestion that maybe she said no to, and all right, we move on.
Yeah.
That was it for these 3 episodes. We are going to get the rest of the decision days in the finale, and then we're going to get a reunion hosted by the experts. They tried to fake us out with Cameron and Michelle
Of course, yeah. I mean, listen,
don't believe that for a second.
Can we go through and give our yeses and nos to decision days?
Or do we want to give our ratings?
We can do both.
Okay. So for Cameron and Michelle, what are you thinking? 1 to 5. 1 being they'll be broken up by the reunion. 5 being they'll be together by the reunion.
I think it's a 5.
Same.
We're gonna get 2 yeses.
All right. Let me see. Just gonna document them here. I'm gonna write them down. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking yes as well, obviously. Sean and Nikki.
Huh.
Last week I was at 1, you were at a 2.
This is a toughie. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop him down to the basement.
Wow.
In terms of decision day, that's where I get a little hung up. I think he's gonna be a yes. Could he shock us and say no? Yeah, I think he could.
I still think he'll only be a yes. Or yeah, I think he'll only be a yes if he goes first.
Okay. Because you think she's a no.
Yeah, I think she's a no. There's no way this last moment together, that was like the final straw she needed to know. Like, this ain't it.
She gave him that hug. It was like, I'm out. Not even a kiss for you. Yeah, so I'll agree with you there.
Yeah. Let's see. Felipe and Tori.
I hope it's a no from her.
Right.
I think it's a yes from him, no from her. As far as a rating, give him a 2.
Okay. That's wild. I'm gonna go 1. They've already broken up once before, and she did not look happy. Like that did not look like the face of a woman to say yes. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep my 1.
No, let me get a 1, because if I say she's a no,
okay,
why am I doing anything but a 1?
Yeah. It's possible. Mecca and Belle Jolie.
Ooh, boy, I really want her to say no. I really want her to say no.
Same. No, she wants to fix him.
Yeah, we're pretty confirmed he's a yes. I think she's going to be a yes.
No, we're not.
What?
He wants her to say yes. We're not confirmed he's a yes. He has never once said, I am on decision. Like he said at the group, I guess like the group dinner was like his last time, or group therapy was the last time saying like, well, we're going to go in saying yes. He has not confirmed in recent episodes that he is a yes. He has said he said yes.
He said he's on Yes Island, though. He said that when they were talking about Yes Island, that she's not on it, but he's on it. So I think it'll be yes from him, because he's convinced himself that he can make this work. We know he can't. I think she'll say yes. So 2 yeses. I mean, what do I have to lose? Give him a 1.
So yes on decision day, but not making it to the reunion.
No. I just think he's gonna mess this up horribly.
Yeah. All right. What about the curveball, Adam and Marissa?
Yeah. Boy. I really want her to stand up for herself and say no on decision day. That's what I want.
I know.
The only thing that's going to happen? No. I think it's going to be 2 yes. Would he throw us a curveball and say no on decision day?
It's possible.
Yeah,
but I think of the really 2, he would be more willing to say yes than her.
They're really a wild card here. Give it 2 yeses. Let me give them a 3.
Okay. That's where you were last week.
Yeah, I'm so middle of the road.
Yeah, I'm going to maintain my 2, but I'm going to say he says yes and she says no.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I think Devin and Kaitlyn are no's.
Right. What? They're gonna
in the old day of MAFS, we'd have them come on decision day anyway and talk about why they broke up.
They're like, no, we haven't talked since the retreat. That's gonna be them at the reunion. Literally haven't talked since then. Yeah. All right, those are our episodes. Like we said, we will be recording next week's episode live in Milwaukee at RehabCon. And expect this week's Patreon a little bit late. We will be getting it to you, but just expect it a little bit later. All right, Jason, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me here. You can find me on our Patreon, and you can find me on The Good Pod with me and Marissa Garza as we talk about the show The Good Wife. It's a nice little fun rewatch project we've been doing. We're in the whole stretch of The Good Wife, and then we'll go to The Good Fight, and Elsbeth is coming up in October. So we'll be doing that as well. So check us out there.
All right. And y'all can find me on all social media at Aysha Like Aysha. That's AYSHA like ASIA. You can find me every Sunday on Life by Us, my podcast with my girlfriend. That's Life BI Us. You can find us on YouTube and anywhere you listen to audio podcasts. And then, of course, hopping in for Big Brother 28 coverage over on Rob Has a Podcast. And like I said, joined Tane over on Tane Talks to recap episode 14. And then, I think that's it. We're excited
I was
about
15 Talks.
Yes. Very excited to wrap the season up next week. It's been a wild ride, but I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a crazy time. Doing 3 episodes in every week has been an experience.
And you wanted to do 1 podcast an episode.
I mean, I think we're not going to talk about all that. I think, could have done it, but whatever. Anyway, whatever.
No, I think we could have. All right. Thank y'all so much for sticking with us. We will be back next week. And until then, bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.